pieces back from last year, and they are trying to play spoiler for all the contenders, and who knows, there's still enough time for perhaps a miracle run. As for today's game, it's a picture-perfect Sunday afternoon, 86 degrees and sunny. The fans have come out. They came out in droves last night, a season high 5,205, and they'll show up today, a big Father's Day with the Revengers jerseys. The Central PA Avengers, the costume crew, were wandering around outside, including War Machine, really family-friendly superhero, the one with an entire military battalion on his back. They also signed pregame autographs before the game, the players did, and kids will get to run the bases after the game and enjoy dollar hot dogs courtesy of Hatfield Quality Meats. So it's Family Sunday, and we're bringing out the big family today. For the Revs on the hill, Michael Click. This will be his 20th appearance for the Revs this season, but his first start, and believe it or not, his first professional start since 2011 when he was a member of the Normal Corn Belters of the Frontier League. He made 3 starts for the Corn Belters in his rookie year and none since. The Revs picking up a few relievers and losing a couple of starters over the past couple of days. And so Click is pressed into spot start duty. For the Bluefish, Jonathan Alabadeo, coming off of a 7-inning shutout performance at Southern Maryland on the 14th. He won that game for the Bluefish. He is right now 4-2 with a 5.40 ERA. Click starts 1-1 with a 5.78 ERA, and again, he is pressed into starting duty. He may be able to go 4 innings today. That won't be a problem for the Revs, though, as you take a look at the gate, the transactions. A big, big day for the Revs, activating Jose Arredondo, their big off-season signing, and just moments ago signing Manny Corpus, the closer of the Rocktober Colorado Rockies, who won 21 of 22 games to get to the 2007 World Series. Corpus with great stuff, reinforcing a Revs bullpen that was already certainly no slouch. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, Darrell Henry's interview yesterday with Ernie Irvin, the 2-time Daytona 500 champion and NASCAR Hall of Famer. After that, the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. All that and much more on this fine radio program, so thanks for joining us on your Sunday afternoon. This is the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Come to the coolest place in town and learn to play hockey or figure skate at the York Ice Arena. The York Ice Arena offers a Learn to Skate program for skaters of all ages and abilities, directed by ISA and USFSA qualified instructors. Skating classes range from beginner to freestyle. Hockey classes cover the basics of the game. All classes include free skate rental and 5 free skating passes, so you can try out your new skills. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. Host your birthday bash in group spaces or with a private ice rental. Public skating at the York Ice Arena is available afternoons, evenings, and weekends. Skate for just $7 and rent your skates for just $3. Plus, you can save with discount pass books. Oh, and ask about gift cards and kids' prepaid debit cards. So if you're looking to learn something cool, come to the coolest place in town and learn to skate at the York Ice Arena. For more information and to register, go to yorkskate.com. Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Welcome back to the WOYK Revs pregame show. Revs and Bluefish set to go here at approximately 1 o'clock. Yesterday, Ernie Irvin, a 2-time Daytona 500 champion and a NASCAR legend, came to speak at Faith and Family Night at Peoples Bank Park, part of that record crowd of 5,200, at least for this season, a record. Darrell Henry got to speak with him at some point during yesterday's game. This is what Ernie, the legend and all-around great guy, had to say all
Old
about that.
NASCAR legend Ernie Irvan, who was with us Saturday night here at Peoples Bank Park. And Ernie, thanks very much for taking the time. What was your experience like here in York tonight? I know we have a lot of NASCAR fans probably very excited to get a chance to meet you.
Well, it's been really good. It's I brought back a lot of memories. Some of the fans have said, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing you here in York another time," and so it's like, "Oh man, I have been here to York," and York's a really neat town. It's kind of reminds me of Charleston because it's kind of old. It's been here for a long time. I walked downtown a little bit, and it's like, wow, this is a lot like Charleston. So it's really neat. Your guys' baseball park is second to none. I haven't seen the one in Charlotte, but it's supposed to be real nice. But this is a beautiful baseball park and a lot of nice race fans, or a lot of nice race fans, but baseball fans.
Are you a baseball fan yourself?
Yeah.
Do you, as far as sports go, do you sit and watch NASCAR on the weekend to this day?
I'll watch NASCAR, most of the time. I mean, it just depends on what the wife has me doing, or what my son has me doing, my daughter. So, I mean, I have a lot of time doing that. And also, just that keeps you so busy. And then, being able to try to keep up with some of the other sports. I really like to watch Steph Curry. Just he's been unbelievable. And he was right there from Davidson, North Carolina. So he was right there close to us. And then plus his dad played for the Hornets. So I just kind of have a little bit of knowledge with that. So it's been good. It's been, retirement's been fun. Hasn't been as fun as racing, but it's been all right.
Talking with Ernie Irvan, had you ever had a chance to come through this area before, either on an appearance or swinging through on your way throughout the NASCAR tour?
Yeah, I mean, I went to here to York once or twice for some appearances, and they were downtown or something. And somebody was telling me about it, and never here to the park. And obviously just going in and out of the racetracks and anywhere close. I mean, Dover is not too far away, so we're flying all over the place. So York is a beautiful town, and it's a great place to visit.
Had you ever, or is speaking, going around to different events, is that something that you do a lot of now? Is that something that fills your calendar on a regular basis?
No, it doesn't really. I mean, I enjoy doing it. Just it's about having the time, and need to do more. But by the time you do something with the son and do something with the daughter and do something with the wife, then all of a sudden, retirement is busy. So it's been good. I mean, I enjoy coming and meeting with some of the race fans and some of the baseball fans, and anybody that's a fan of a sport is neat to talk to. I mean, I had a lot of good talks with a lot of people, and some were race fans and some were the baseball fans just coming here, and so I gave them a bad time too.
And you're here on Faith and Family Night, and for anybody that may not have been here tonight, that didn't get a chance to hear your pregame speech, what was kind of the gist of that, and how this whole night ties into you and what it means to you?
Well, the gist of it was me about giving myself to Christ, and how easy it was, and being able to live more like the Christ-like way, and I mean, a lot of the times somebody just needs motivation, and if somebody needs motivation, just all you can do is just talk to some different people, and go to a church and just talk to them, and I listen to Joel Osteen because he's the most motivated, positive person I think in the country, and he is so neat to listen to. I've never heard him say nothing negative. And again, you can always make negative out of anything. You always make positive out of everything. So, but I enjoy listening to him, and that's some of it. That's how I keep my faith. Just listening to him, and I go to church, watch him on the air, and just being able to focus and be able to be a part of people's lives to help them turn themselves to Christ.
Well, Ernie, thanks very much for taking a few minutes with us, and it's great to have you here in York tonight.
Okay, I appreciate you having me, and It was really good to do this for the church, and then also, for the race play, for the baseball park.
That was Ernie Irvin, NASCAR legend. You can hear the full interview once again after today's game at the WOYK SoundCloud page, and you can find that on WOYK1350.com. We're going to take one more commercial break. When we come back, the Broadway Transmission Managers Report on the WOYK Revs pregame show.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follow Through Challenge community.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
Other story that hit me last night that really ticked me off was a report that Chris Berman is retiring from ESPN. I have no idea if this is true or not. His agent, who used to be mine, told the New York Times that Chris is not retiring. This is what I know. Chris Berman's a legend. Chris Berman created SportsCenter. This man, whether it is the end of the line or not for ESPN, whoever is talking outside of the business needs to pipe down and respect what this man has done. I know we're all in this business where we talk about contracts and maybe we don't like it when the lights shine on all of us, but the bottom line is this. Who in the world is talking to somebody, multiple sources, saying Berman's not getting renewed and it's retired? Let him decide and say what he wants to do. Man, that pissed me off. Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Kids Playdate running late? Not a problem. Marooned in Madagascar? Help boost our numbers with the lemur population. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, last night, it looked like maybe another comeback materializing. You get a run in the 7th, the 8th inning. It looked like you were going to maybe have 2 men on. Neeson gets his glove on it. But even in a loss, I mean, your team pounds out 11 hits and makes a run at it there before they put up 2 in the 9th.
Yeah, I mean, we battled. We had some opportunities earlier in the game. We had first and third. We had second and third a couple times. We had a couple innings where we had the leadoff guy on, and we couldn't cash it in last night. But, I mean, we're always on the verge of scoring, which is a good thing. We do have some opportunities, and our left on base last night was, it was pretty high, I think. I'm trying to look at it here. 10, yeah. I mean, if you look over the past week, even where we've lost, some of these games, we have had a high left on base. So we're one hit away here and there from cashing in another 3 or 4 runs, which would make a big difference.
The big news today, you add 2 relievers with major league experience, Arredondo and Corpus. And you and Fletch had a chance to see these guys throw, and from what I understand, it was pretty eye-opening, the stuff that they showed on the side.
Yeah, I mean, it was really pretty filthy, actually, what they threw in there. Their bullpens were phenomenal, and, so I think that's 2 good additions to our club. We've been waiting for Arredondo since February. I mean, the visa thing from the Dominican took twice as long this year to get some of these guys here with all the government stuff that's involved in that now. But so we got Arredondo here, and Manny came in, Manny Corpus. So we're going to get those guys on the roster today, and I'm going to try to get them in the game today too. With Click starting today, I want to use some of my bullpen guys, and I want to take a look at what we have here.
And Click's a hard thrower as well. Pretty much a career reliever. What do you want to see from him in this new role today?
Well, I'd like to see what we've seen from Tyrell Harris. Tyrell went out there last night. He gave us, 3 solid innings. We know Tyrell, they're kind of like the same pitcher. They both throw hard. They both have at least one good second pitch to go with the fastball. And, basically what it comes down to is fastball command for both guys. And, Tyrell did a really good job of fastball command last night and does usually on a regular basis. So, Michael, he's been a little bit up in the zone this year with his fastball. And I'm just thinking maybe, giving him an opportunity to start and go out there and just keep going after the hitters. We'll see if that helps him.
Sunday game, and you've got more guys on your bench now, some more versatility, so a little bit different lineup. What do you hope is the benefit of doing that and resting guys for a day? Something that you haven't been able to do a whole lot of.
Well, I think if you just look around at some of our guys, our guys, we're a little bit tired. We're still, we were on the road for a week, traveled on an off day. The trip to Sugar Land, that takes a lot out of all the teams, and I think you can see that now by how Sugar Land's playing since they've been up here from coming up here this week. So we're in a situation where I brought some guys in, and I want to see them play. And you could do a situation where you rest a few guys every day, but today I'm going to rest a lot of guys on one day. And with 20-some days in a row, we know we're in a tough stretch here until the 4th of July weekend, which is when the half is over. And and I want to have everybody as fresh as I can going through the rest of this week. So we got some guys that are tired. Obviously, the production has not been there with some of our guys lately, and I think that is attributed to them being tired too. So running them out there for a 90-degree 1 o'clock game on a Sunday, when I have a bunch of fresh bodies on the bench, we're going to let the guys on the bench play today.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Mark Mason with Darrell Henry on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report, and let's get to those Sunday lineups, shall we? Brought to you by Flying Feet. First for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Apparently Sunday means I can't pronounce anything. Leading off, Luis Hernandez, the shortstop, and that's Adrian Chambers in center field with Andy Chavez getting the day off. Wellington Dotel back from a hamstring tweak yesterday that took him out of the game. He's batting third and back in right field. Jose Cuevas DHing. Jonathan Galvez at first base. Josh Vitters at third. Anthony Giansante, who filled in valiantly for Dotel in the last part of the game yesterday, batting seventh and left. Rosmel Perez catching, and Luis Nunez getting his first action of the series, batting ninth, playing second base. They'll try and get runs on the board for Jonathan Alabadeo, who the Revs have seen previously. For the York Revolution, Travis Witherspoon leading off and playing center field for the third straight day. Michael Rocket moved up to the 2-hole. He's at second base. Joel Guzman at the hot corner batting third. Telvin Nash batting fourth at first base. Andres Perez getting a DH spot today. He's batting fifth. Michael Burgess back in the lineup with a brand new uniform number 21, but the same position, right field, and he is your sixth batter. Keith Castillo catching, Jason Repko in left field, and Darwin Perez making his team debut. The switch-hitting shortstop will bat ninth. And here come the Revs in their Revengers jerseys, black with red italic numbers. They look a bit like the Indianapolis Indians uniforms, if you have an idea what those look like, the AAA Pirates affiliate. Here come the Little Leaguers to join them. The Avengers have left the field, unfortunately. And now we turn over to the PA system for the national anthem.
National anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the
Yes, it does. Fine rendition of our national anthem on this Father's Day afternoon at People's Bank Park, and another fine crowd on hand. So the Little Leaguers will depart, and the Revengers will begin their warm-ups. A couple of hugs from Telvin Nash to the rest of his infielders as they go to their positions. It's a very family-oriented team this year. One of the reasons why the Revs are off to their second-best 55-game start in franchise history. Michael Click pressed into starting duty for the first time in 5 years. He made 3 starts as a rookie with the Normal Corn Belters in the Frontier League in 2011, but none since. This year, 1-1 with a 5.78 ERA. He's coming off of a scoreless inning in the third at Somerset on June 14th. He has seen the Bluefish previously this year. In fact, his only win came against Bridgeport. He pitched scoreless 10th and 11th innings in that May 3rd walk-off win for the Revs against the Bluefish. Telvin Nash hitting the homer to lead off the bottom of the 11th. Michael Click got him there with a scoreless 10th and 11th. So he is familiar with the uniforms. At least this is a very different Bluefish squad than he saw when he faced them a month and a half ago. Chambers wasn't on the team. Dotel wasn't either. Galvez, Giansante. Nunez was. Luis Nunez, who's batting ninth and at second base today, was a big part of the Bluefish through the first month of the season, but his playing time has really gone off of a cliff as the reinforcements have arrived for Luis Rodriguez's bunch. Again, the black Revenger uniforms with the red numbers. I assume that Marvel's getting a cut of this, whatever it is, but it looks awfully spiffy right now. And as Luis Hernandez walks into the box, we turn it over for the Dasher Investment Services first pitch to the voice of the York Revolution. This is Darrell Henry.
Thank you, Will, and good afternoon, everyone. And a happy Father's Day to all the dads tuned in here today as well. It's a hot one here at the ballpark.
Happy Father's Day, Darrell.
Thank you, Will. It is a hot but sunny, gorgeous afternoon. Good crowd on hand, and Click will go from the stretch. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch, a fastball right there for a strike. Underway here in this Sunday afternoon as the Revs go for the series win.
1:06 the start time. Game time temperature about 89 degrees.
The 0-1, and that misses upstairs. Now Hernandez, the switch hitter for the Bluefish, coming in today at 276. It's interesting, Mace was talking about Click, and one of his struggles this year as a hard-throwing reliever, he's left some balls up. He deals and misses high. They're hoping that in a starter's role today, maybe he finds that that pacing of oneself approach and keeps the ball down a little bit better. And they have a full bullpen behind him. Here's the 2-1. And a swing and a foul out of play, third base side, up over the roof.
Darrell, I've already made my prediction that Click will go 4 innings today if he's good. How many do you think he will go with Gomez healthy and Checo and Scudders and then the new guys there, Arredondo and Corpus?
I think they'll let Click go as long as he can, but they have so many out there. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a bounce foul over by the Revs dugout.
I mean, you look at the way the bullpen is right now, and you're tempted to say that it's the strongest part of the team. And you've got Mike DeMarc, who's the best closer in the league, 18 for 18 in save opportunities. You've got Ricardo Gomez, who hasn't given up a run in a month and a half. Ron Scudders, who's on a similar streak.
Here's the pitch, and a swing and a liner the other way, a base hit. Over near the line, Repko in left today, cutting it off by the corner. Hernandez trying for 2, and the throw skipped by Rocket. Trying to snatch it and put on a quick tag. It'll roll to Nash, who backs up from first. A game-opening double for Luis Hernandez, who slaps it the other way. He worked a good and lengthy game-opening at bat and comes out with a double.
Anyway, just to finish my thought here, and then that's not even counting guys like Julio De Paula and Luis Perdomo who have been here. And oh, by the way, you've just injected 2 major league relievers, one a former closer, into your bullpen. I mean, Rev starters may only need to go 4 innings from here on out.
From what we've heard from the side sessions, the two new guys just electric. I mean, high 90s, filthy stuff. And we may see both today. Here's Adrian Chambers. Corners are in. He swings and chops one to third. Guzman will look Hernandez back. His throw was high, but Nash got up and came down on the bag with it. They'll one away, and they were anticipating bunt. Chambers was late, and off the bat handle, he punched a one-hopper to third. Guzman takes care of it with a little help at the other end.
Reports that when Corpus had his side session, an unnamed reliever for the Revs jaw dropped and asked, "Do you have any positions open in the front office?"
Yeah. It was one of the funnier lines from it. Here's Wellington Dotel, who swings and misses on a high fastball. He is in there today with the hamstring flare-up that forced his exit in the third inning of last night's game. Our well-spanned sports medicine injury report, Dotel is in the lineup today. The Revs are healthy, but Will is not. Will is battling his first summer cold on our broadcast, and he's injecting tea and honey into his veins, I believe. Pitch to Dotel is on the outside corner and a called strike. It's 0-2.
It's appropriate. Superhero day at the ballpark, and your color commentator is Batman.
Yeah. Yes, we planned this.
Sure.
I've been there many a time, Will. Asking our great staff upstairs for tea.
That's just a shame they don't let us have whiskey on the air. I was working for Bob Euchre, maybe.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of booths where you could pull that off. Here's the stretch from Click. And fires home, and a slider tilts outside, 1-2. Dotel hitting at .328. That's in 20 games since joining the Bluefish after starting the year in Mexico. And you can't miss him. He's got a left arm sleeve that's highlighter yellow, and then some. Click to the belt, holds, fires, and a slider away. And Dotel works it to 2-2.
Apparently, he was severely inspired by Yoenis Cespedes in the second half of last year. Cespedes wearing that neon sleeve at certain points when he was with the Mets in 2015. He still breaks it out every now and then.
Dotel, the wide open stance, no batting gloves. Pitch from Click. Oh, look out. Line. Oh, man. Line foul into the first skybox down at the end. And I think someone may have gotten hit. Not certain. I saw a hand go up in self-defense. And Dotel, I think, is bothered by it as he takes his helmet off, and he needs a moment.
He's still looking up there to see.
That thing got up there like a rocket. And on the very end suite, on the first base side, I could hear a smack. I hope it was somebody's hand in self-defense, or I hope it was not a human, but it's a sickening feeling. Hopefully all will be okay up there. Here's the stretch from Click. And checking second, another 2-2. And a swing and a liner, shallow right. Burgess coming in, he's there, makes the catch. And Hernandez will have to retreat to second. A little looping liner, Burgess read it well and came in and was there in plenty of time. 2 outs.
A nice recovery by Dotel after that scary moment. There's the thing, Daryl. Baseball players, when they play this game, they know the consequences. They know that line drives could potentially come at them. They've seen it happen before. It's the price they pay. The fans did not sign into that covenant. And occasionally when one gets up there, it's an awfully scary moment. And it prompts people to talk about, safety measures. And you can certainly understand it because the fans have just come to enjoy the game. They didn't sign up to get beamed by anything. The players did, potentially.
Here's Jose Cuevas who takes outside. Well, it's my hope, seeing our fans come in every night, that they simply just have a great time. You hate to see an experience include that but hopefully they'll be all right. I don't see panic up there as Click delivers a slider for a strike. I usually go by that. And I see some of the folks in that skybox are still seated outside.
No panic, and no Revs front office members either.
Yeah, they might be in the suite, but no panic from those sitting outside of the suite. The 1-1, and a line drive, serve towards center, rocket back, it's just over his glove. Hernandez around third, Witherspoon the throw from center, Nash cuts it at the mound, and Hernandez in to score. Bridgeport with a first inning run, and they have struck first for the third time in 3 games in this series, and for the second straight game in the first inning. RBI hit to center from Cuevas, who had a 4-hit game last night. It's his 32nd run batted in this season. Ranks 5th in the league in that department. No, 1-0 Bridgeport here in the first. Hernandez leadoff double. Click working hard to prevent him from scoring, but he comes in on the 2-out hit. Here's Jonathan Galvez, who takes up high. Galvez, an 8-game hitting streak, entering play today, hitting at .329, 3 home runs, 17 driven in. That's in 22 games for him, and he swings and pops this one up sky high. Foul ground from third. Guzman, the father of 3, lost sight of it here on Father's Day, looking up into the high sky, right in the third base coach's box, and he was under it all the way until it was right over him, and then he lost it right at the end. He was fighting it the whole way, looked like he was calmly in position, and then right when it was at the bottom of its descent, he put his glove up in self-defense and it landed behind him. Now Galvez with new life. It's a 1-1 count on the hitter, or an 0-1 count. That was very high. Now Click will try to get him again. He leans in, comes set, and the 0-1 swing and a miss. High fastball at 92. Click last pitch 5 days ago in relief at Somerset, an inning and a third scoreless. Longest outing this year, 2 1/3 on Memorial Day against Somerset, and that 13-inning win the Revs enjoyed. Here's the stretch and the 0-2. Fastball missed high, a little bit harder at 94. By the way, our plate ump today, Bill Reuter, John Harrington at first, Buzz Albert at third base. Yes. And it counts. Garbage time. Now Click ready. And the 1-2. And it just missed, up and away.
The beauty of these afternoon games, Darryl, we're going to get to go home and watch Game 7 of the NBA Finals tonight. Most anticipated game, well, since the last Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Apparently the board was off by a ball. It is 3-2, not 2-2. So Cuevas will be on the go. And Click, the payoff pitch, missed high. Appeal to first, and Harrington said he stopped. So a walk, and the inning continues, and Josh Vitters will come to the plate.
Well, Click's just going to have to buckle down here and look past everything. If Guzman doesn't lose that ball in the sun, he's out of the inning. He's got 5 pitches left in his arm. He's going to need to make sure that he doesn't throw too many more pitches to try and get this guy out.
22 pitches so far this first inning. Josh Vitters, our K-man here today. Pitch from Click is right down the middle, and that's a strike. Vitters at .221 with 4 home runs, 18 driven in. Went 2 for 5 with a double last night. Drove in a run in the 9th. Now Click holds, delivers, and a slider hooks wide. As Will mentioned, it's his 4th career start, first since 2011 with Normal of the Frontier League.
The Corn Belters. Any other business, that'd be a silly name. Not in minor league baseball.
pitch is a fastball. It's a called strike. Good one down in the zone. 1-2.
Vitter's been known for his glove in this series. He's been a human hoover over at third base.
Former Cubs third baseman and left fielder. Third overall pick out of Arizona State. There's the 1-2 and a liner right center field, and that's going to be in for a hit. Witherspoon sprinting over to cut it off, but around third is Cuevas to score. They hold Vitters to a single, but Galvez goes first to third, and Cuevas comes in. RBI single to right center for Josh Vitters in Bridgeport with 2 runs here in the first, a 2-0 lead. Bluefish with their 3rd hit of the inning, and their 7th hitter, Anthony Giansanti, will come to bat. Now the frustrating thing for Click, he was ahead of him there, and also the previous hitter had retired if not for that sun pop-up. And Giansanti in there, first pitch fastball is over for a strike. Getting the start in left today, he's hitting at .212. Couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. He hit one of the home runs here on Friday night. Click set and the pitch, and that misses high and away. Click, a late inning reliever in recent years. Last year with Camden, 5-1 with a 1.97 ERA. Had been a closer in the Frontier League prior to that. 22 saves with Windy City 3 years ago. Here's a slider tapped foul down to Luis Rodriguez, the skipper, coaching at third. It's a 1-2 count.
If I recall, Darryl, during that 2013 season, when he was so good for Windy City, he was clocked in triple digits. Or if not triple digits, then about 99, pushing 100.
That would not surprise me.
Electrifying.
Now has his sign. It'll be a 30th pitch of the inning. He deals, and a curveball driven to right center. Witherspoon on the run, and that carries. And this will 2-hop the wall out past Witherspoon. 1 run in, sending Vitters. Rocket the relay. Castillo had to take it in front of the plate. And then his throw to third is late with Giansanti sliding in there. He drives in 2. It'll either be double and third on the throw or a 2-run triple. We'll see what they go with, but it's a 4-0 Bridgeport lead.
Oh, they'll have to do some revenging pretty early on in this one.
And back-to-back hits to the alley in right center. This one, Giansanti had some air under it and some carry. And it kept on flying, and even Witherspoon with his speed couldn't save it. A runner at third, Rosmel Perez the hitter. All of these runs have scored with 2 outs. Perez, the left-handed hitting catcher. Runner at third, Click delivers, and a fastball right there for a strike. Perez hitting at .269. Be a double for Giansanti with third on the throw. And now Click ready. The 0-1 and a fastball that's taken inside. 4 straight have reached with 2 outs. Now an 8-batter first inning for the Bluefish, who have been hitting much better since they've gotten some of their reinforcements. Pitch to Perez is ripped on 1 hop to short. Darwin Perez backs up. He's got it. Long throw to first. Made it there in time. And that'll end the inning. But the Bluefish score 4 times in the top of the first. They do it on 4 hits and 1 runner left. At the end of a half inning, it's the Bluefish 4 and the Revs coming up.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
You can be bad, and as long as you're in on it, like you're sort of in on the joke in Philadelphia. Yeah, we're so bad, but hey, you get Ben Simmons, then maybe it's worth it. What if you don't get Ben Simmons? What if you have the 4th pick? What if you get the 3rd pick? What if you missed out on Ingram from Duke? You wanted to be bad to get good. You got bad and are still bad.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out Family-Centered Public Cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
If the Lakers keep their pick, rookies count as 0. Here will be the Lakers' numbers. 0, 1, 1, 2, 1. They have another 2. Brandon Ingram is 18 years old. Think you can win playoff games in the West with that? Ben Simmons couldn't lead his college team in the field of 68.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Well, the Revs, some work to do, but all day to do it as they come to bat facing Jonathan Abeladeo here in the bottom of the first, spotted to a 4-0 lead. Abeladeo 4-2 with a 5.40 ERA in 10 starts. He's pitched pretty well here of late, to say the least. He was tough on the Revs when he faced them in Bridgeport. Was back on June 2nd, a 4-1 win, 7 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, all in 1 inning. The Revs did not have a hit in any other inning that night. And then last time out at Southern Maryland, he combined on a 1-0 win in 7 innings as he starts Witherspoon with a first pitch strike. Now Witherspoon in his 3rd game played since joining the Revs. It's the 0-1, and that misses down and away. You know, even with them going by Revengers today, we can still call them Revs. I mean, that fits too. It's not like when Sugarland changed their name. It was the 1-1, and a chopper just foul down the 3rd base line. It's not like when what did Sugarland call themselves? Like the Flying Chickens or something like that when we were down there. See, our nickname still works. Revs. A couple years back when they did a what-if night at Sugarland, it was whatever name was runner-up to the Skeeters when they voted. Pitch to Witherspoon, a little looper, shallow right center, and that's going to drop in. So Witherspoon starts things off with a hit. And Dotel hasn't thrown it in yet, so Witherspoon walks about a 1/3 of the way to second, forcing him to throw it back. Went down and got it and blooped a slider into right.
Well, Witherspoon's already paying dividends. The trade acquisition has gotten aboard with a single, at least, in all 3 of his games so far.
Here's Michael Rocket, who is photoshopped to be Captain America on the video board. He's been playing like it, 9-game hitting streak. And Abeladeo, the pitch to him, and it dives down and away. Some pretty wide break on that either slider or curve from him. Rocket hitting .364 on the 9-game streak. Overall now at .262. There's the stretch. And he holds, now deals, and a swing and a miss. Rocket gearing up for a slider there. He didn't miss it by much. Looked like his timing was good. 4-0 the lead for Bridgeport. Revs looking to answer with something here early. Witherspoon stole his first base with York last night. And he's going to run here. Pitch is lined into right field. It's going to drop. And Witherspoon will turn and head to third. First and third with nobody out, and a 10-game hitting streak for Michael Rocket. He slings it into right with Witherspoon running on the pitch, and it works beautifully.
The good old-fashioned hit and run. I love to see that. You don't see it nearly as often as you used to. But it works when you got a guy with such speed like Witherspoon. Now you got first and third with nobody out in the heart of the order coming up. Brilliant.
So Abeladeo combined on a 3-hitter against the Revs in early June. He's already given up 2 hits to his first 2 hitters today. And here's Joel Guzman. First, the catcher, Rasmel Perez, will signal to the infielders in the event that Rocket should run at some point. And now ready to go. Here's the stretch. And the first offering, a swing and a line drive, base hit to right. Witherspoon in. Rocket's going to turn and head to third. And Joel with an RBI single on the first pitch. And the Revs have answered right away, opening the game with 3 straight singles. 4-1 here in the first inning and just getting started. 3 straight hits from the first 3 hitters. They've already matched their total in 7 innings against this righty from back on June 2nd. Here's Talvin Nash. And yes, the tying run is at the plate already. Nash, who hit his league best 13th homer to cap that dramatic comeback on Friday night. First pitch is over for a strike. Comes in today with a .272 average, 13 homers, which leads the league by 2. 26 ribbies. Now Abeladeo said he deals and a slider down in the dirt. Nash an RBI double in the first inning last night. And looked like he got jammed on it, but still muscled it to the wall and left. Not that that's a surprise, knowing him. Now Abeladeo ready. And the 1-1 fastball missed in tight. That went at 85. I don't think he's going to blow it by anybody. The thing that worked so well for him a couple of weeks ago, he had command of everything, and his breaking stuff was very good. Threw that in any count for strikes, both sides of the plate. The 2-1 swing and a miss. That one sinking down. Might have been some sort of splitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Former Yankee, he was in the majors in '09, not on the postseason roster, but got a World Series ring in '09. Now looks in and into his stretch. Here's the 2-2, and that missed down low. Now Nash works it full. Abeladeo still looking for his first out. The Revs with 3 opposite field base hits. Just dumped into right. And now Nash goes the distance on his at bat. Andres Perez waiting on deck. Here's the stretch from the righty. The 3-2. And he missed inside. The first 4 have reached. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. Andres Perez to the plate. They give him a day off defensively today as he DHs in this one. And Dre will look to continue the early game comeback. Comes in today at .288 with 5 home runs, 28 knocked in. And the bases full for him. Here's the stretch. Abaladeo's first offering misses down low. He started him with a slider, so he wasn't keyed in, but missed with it. Perez, the last 25 games, hitting .343. Hits in 21 of those 25. On a stretch from the big righty. The 1-0. And that's low. And he's struggling. 2 balls, no strikes. Abaladeo, 6'5", 270. 33-year-old, now lives in Tampa. His last start, 7 scoreless, 5 hits. In a win at Southern Maryland, 1-0. Now ready, the 2-0. And that just missed down and away as he puts his fist into the pocket of his glove. 3-0. And he walks back up the mound a bit dismayed. He's showing his frustration a little exasperated trying to find it here in the first inning. And the 3-0 to Dre. Green light, and he scraped a foul straight back. Well, why not? 3-1. He squares that up. Could be a huge opportunity for him. 3-1 the count on Perez. And now set again. Abaladeo still has to come over the plate, and Dre hits one deep but foul. Might take out a light over the third base side. That was so high and deep, but very foul. And it's 3-2. Way out in front on that swing. Abaladeo, born in Puerto Rico, now lives in Tampa. Also spent some time pitching in Mexico and Japan. Out of the belt. Here's the 3-2. Down low, he walks in a run. He came back to go full. He walks in the run. It's 4-2. He's still looking for his first out. The Revs have already sliced it in half, and here comes Michael Burgess, and also out comes Jesse Litch, their pitching coach.
Burgess already has one of the grand slams for the Revs this year. Prime time to do it right now, and what a way it would be to welcome him back to the ball club.
First game back today. He got into town, I believe it was on Friday, made his first appearance in uniform last night, was active for the game, but making the debut of his second stint here today in the lineup.
With a new number, he was number 30 when he was with the team earlier in the season, but they gave that number to Luis Perdomo when Burgess left. Baseball, a very unsentimental business, and Burgess will have to make do with, well, another slugger's number at 21.
Not a very good experience in Mexico for him either. He didn't seem to have much rope down there.
They've got him as the Hulk on the board. That's strangely appropriate.
Now the first pitch to him is over for a strike. He hit 300 in his first stint in 8 games. 3 home runs, 10 driven in just 8 games. And Revs fans happy to see him back. Certainly made an impact in a short time. Here's the stretch. And the 0-1. Ooh, look out. Fastball in near his knees. Made him dive over the plate to get out of the way. Get the bottom half out of the way first, and then almost did a belly flop. Burgess, a fellow Tampa area guy. Lives in Lando Lakes, Florida. It's the 1-1. And a swing and a fly ball hit high in the air to deep right field. Dotel back. He's going to have room, but Burgess will drive in a run. Guzman tags from third. He scores. Nash tags and goes to third. And how about this answer in the first inning? Settle in today. It's a 4-3 game. The Revs have answered with 3 here in their half. Burgess with his 11th RBI in 9 games with York, and he's got one in his first plate appearance back. A sac fly to deep right, and here's Keith Castillo, who will try to complete a first inning comeback. And Albaladeo, the pitch, he tried to check on a ball low, appeal out near short. Buzz Albert said no swing, and Albaladeo throws his hands up over his head. His body language, I understand he's upset with the call, but you can see exactly what he's thinking in this first inning.
Now he's jawing with Buzz Albert at third base.
Sure is. He went right after him back behind the mound. There's no secret about what he's feeling right now. He's got his emotions on his sleeve. Bluefish dugout, I believe, hollering out there as well. Abladeo has pitched very well here lately, but the Revs have really gotten to him early. And he'll lob one to first. Galvez had to come off the bag to catch it. Perez back standing. That might have been a move just to try to get himself to refocus and forget about what has ailed him. Pitch to Castillo. He lays off a low changeup. They tried to get him to reach again. 2-0. Castillo just waiting for a start with Tejeda having been hitting so well. Keith batting at .274, and he's been their top hitter at home as well. Pitch is swung on, tap foul at the plate. Castillo hitting .452 here in Peoples Bank Park. How about that? Is that good?
A little bit. It's decent.
That'll do. Now the stretch, the 2-1. Fastball, and he paints on the outside corner, a called strike. 2-2. Revs have answered Bridgeport's 4 with 3 of their own. Castillo trying to level things before the first inning even ends. Here's the stretch. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him up high on a fastball. And that's out number 2. Now the Revs with Jason Repko to follow.
It's a big moment for Repko, not just in the game situation, but he's been on the bench the last couple of days with Witherspoon's acquisition. It's Father's Day. His kid is here. He was playing Frisbee with him out in the outfield before the game. He has a chance to really be a superhero right now.
Repko at .267 coming in. Bit of a rough stretch for him, a rough road trip, but a couple of days off and in there today. And the first pitch, he watches it in, a called strike. He's a father of 2. He's got his wife and kids in town with him, like you mentioned. And they take every chance to do the baseball life together. Travel together. Here's the 0-1. And a curveball that breaks in for a strike. 0-2. Trying to even it up here with 2 outs in the first. It's been a heck of a response regardless. Now the stretch from the big righty. And the 0-2. Look out. Fastball in, and Repko was trying to get hit. Leads the league with 8. Just a magnet. Duck that arm guard right toward it. And now time asked for at the plate. First and third with 2 outs, 3 runs home in the inning. And the pitch on the way, down and in. Repko has to move the feet back this time. Abeladeo, the start against York. And the one at Southern Maryland was interrupted by a rough one. He had a 6-inning, 8-run, 7-earned start against Lancaster in between those 2 gems that he threw in the month of June. He deals, and a ground ball just foul down the third base line. Repko just a tad early. Right down the line, but maybe a foot outside of the chalk. That would have tied it. It's definitely been a roller coaster June for Abeladeo with those 3 starts. When he ended May, the ERA was 6.38. Now it's at 5.40 coming in today. Last start in May was 7 runs given up. He deals, and a curveball breaks low. Repko works it to a full count, and that'll give Perez the head start from first base. Nash also on at third base. First 5 all reached. 3 of those have scored. 8th hitter of the inning. Here's the stretch. They play behind Perez. He goes. 3-2 is swung on and missed. Got Repko to reach on a 3-2 slider. And he may not have expected that. But the Revs answer with 3 in their half of the first. On 3 hits, 2 men left. No shortage of entertainment, that's for sure. We go to the second. It's Bridgeport 4, York 3.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's Hot Summer Deals, starting with 0% financing on all 2016 Outlanders, Lancers, Outlander Sports for up to 72 months, or the 2017 Mirage ES starting at just $11,995. And as always, all 2016 Outlanders, Lancers, Outlander Sports, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop by York Mitsubishi and get 0% financing all month long. York Mitsubishi, just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Well, I can only imagine what we might be in store for today if that first inning was any indication. 4-3 at the end of 1.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. I don't know why, but it reminds me, I guess because Holiday and the opponent. I remember a game in 07 where we hosted Bridgeport, and it was hot. It was Labor Day. It was a loss, 14-12, but just the offense and the way this game has started just made me think of that. Hopefully today's game turns out better for the Revs, as Luis Nunez leads off the second. First pitch from Click is over at the knees for a strike, and that's where he wants to be. He had, it looked like from here, more up in the zone than he would have liked in that first inning, which is what Mace had referenced. 0-1, and he missed a little low. Castillo trying to set up as low as possible for him with that split that he does, the right leg out. And if I did that, I would need carried out of here. This is the 1-1. And a bouncer foul, third base side.
So what you're saying is, Darryl, we won't be seeing you at the open floor routine at Rio in a few months.
There is no chance of that.
Oh, that's okay, because we got coverage of other gymnasts who are going to Rio at the Olympics.
Right on this station. Here's a swing and a pop-up, foul ground, first base side. Nash lumbering in, Castillo over. Nash has it. They were both there. At first, I thought Castillo was going to try to make the play, but Nash called for it. And his best friends there at the top step were ready to catch him if need be. He caught it about a step short of the railing, and it was the coaching staff who was there ready to grab him. I'm willing to bet they're glad they didn't have to.
Oh. It's the linebacker? Nah.
That'd be some superhero day. Here's Luis Hernandez at the top of the order. And Click missing just inside. Castillo's got that that neat little skull cap on under his catcher's helmet. I think it keeps him cool. There's the 1-0. And a swing and a chopper foul pulled down to the Revs bullpen. Manny Corpus, a late reaction to it. It hit the chair next to him, and he ducked. I think he didn't see it at first. And Nash is about to fall over with laughter, having seen his new teammate react in such a fashion. Click ready, the 1-1. And Hernandez reaches and floats a foul back. That hit the facing of the upper deck on the third base side.
One thing you can say about Telvin Nash, he's a man who doesn't get cheated when it comes to having fun at the ballpark.
No.
He plays the game with a boy's joy.
Well, he sure does.
I should know.
Click fires and didn't get the call. Fastball in. That was close. 2-2. Hernandez started the game with a double and scored in the first inning. And Click delivers. And a swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball in on the hands. And has his first K of the afternoon, 2 down.
Whiplash for Hernandez. He flung the wrist at the pitch, and then he whipped back just as fast, saying, "Where'd that go? Did it really get by me?"
And Click looks like he's maybe not trying to power it past everybody as much this inning. He looks like he's trying to hit his spots a little bit more so. It's a tough thing for a reliever when you're used to coming in and airing out everything you have. And now he'll face Adrian Chambers, who grounded out to third in the first. First pitch is right in there, a strike with some late tail on it. At this inning, he's been around 88, 89 and hitting his spots. In the first inning, he was up at his usual 92, 93 range. He fires and misses down low. Like a change up there. Revs down 4-3. Quite the response, though, in that first inning. Each team sending 8 men to the plate. 1-1 and a fly ball, center field. Witherspoon eyeing this one up. He drifts over toward right center and squeezes it. And Michael Click rebounds with a 1-2-3 second. We go to the bottom of the second here on Father's Day afternoon. The Revs trail the Bluefish 4-3.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
Ace
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style, the play, and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around, look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to play that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Prince, Wilson, and New Balance in widths that fit, and the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines to help you with your selection. Tennis, it's a new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Well, one of how many new guys now?
5.
It's 5 this weekend. Darwin Perez will lead off.
If you count Scott Rice from last week, it's 6.
Yeah. First pitch to the switch hitter is upstairs for ball 1.
You can read all about all 5 of the new guys we brought in on Blog to Blog Champs, the official Revs blog, post today.
Shows a bunt, pulls it back, and it's inside, ball 2.
Darwin Perez, one of them. The Revs stowaway on the bus in Somerset after the series ended on Thursday.
Nice chat with him you had on our pregame yesterday. Venezuela native originally, 2-0, and that's in for a strike. He's known for his glove, former Texas League Gold Glover. He's in the Angels system. He 1 year at shortstop, had a fielding percentage in the 980s. Pitch here, he shows bunt, it misses outside, 3-1. So they'll use him at short today. They wanted somebody in the middle infield to give Wilson and company days off. And Perez known for the leather, 3-1. And it's down low, and he's on base. A walk in his first plate appearance with York. And Albaladeo, again, kind of moping up the mound. He's frustrated with himself and doesn't really seem to be feeling it here early.
I think Darwin knows he's going to have to fight for playing time in this Revolution lineup, and he can really make a splash just by doing that, getting on base.
Had 6 steals with Somerset. It's another thing that he's been known for in his career. Here's Witherspoon, top of the order. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. Witherspoon, a bloop single to right that started the first inning. He was behind in the count 1-2. Had a slider down, and he just reached down and served it into right. And that really sparked things as Nabladeo lobs one over Darwin's direction at first. He's got double-digit steals in 7 of his 8 pro seasons, Perez does. Pitch here is low, and Witherspoon a 1-1 count.
Witherspoon, another one of the guys we profile on Blog to Blog Champs. It's him and Perez, Burgess, who you already know, and then Arredondo and Corpus.
Busy couple of days. Pitch here is swung on and flied toward the line and right. Dotel a long run into foul ground and out near the corner. He made the catch, hidden from our view, down near the Revs bullpen mound somewhere. And he made the catch for the first out. He fires it back in. And Perez stays at first with 1 down. Revs trail 4-3 here in the second inning. Michael Rocket is up next. Single to right and scored in the first. Now has a 10-game hitting streak. Well, first pitch, Perez went part way. It's a called strike. I don't know if Perez faked going or if it is his first day on base with signs from a new team. He started and stopped. Good thing Rosmel Perez didn't snap one down to first. Well, Perez was nodding his head like he got it now. He's off to his lead and will dive back as Albaladeo throws over again. Perez does have 111 career steals entering this year. 6 with Somerset. a team that runs amok. And now the stretch. And he'll draw another throw, diving back again. He's not a big guy either. He's listed at 5'10". Rocket the deep knee bend, crouched as he waits, and Perez goes, and Rocket swings and bounces one into left. And Perez will only be able to make it to second, but that is exactly how they drew it up. With Perez running, the shortstop Hernandez went to cover, and the whole left side of the infield was open. And Rocket grounded it right where the shortstop would have been, and he's 2 for 2. It's beautiful.
More hit and run. I love it. I love it so much.
Are you giddy, Will?
I am positively giddy. Can't you tell by my expression how giddy I am?
It speaks volumes. Here's Joel Guzman with 2 on and 1 out. And Abeladeo with the pitch. Slider, it caught the outside edge. A strike called. I'm giddy.
I can tell.
Yes. Joel, an RBI single to right in the first inning. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, that's in tight.
This game really crawling along. A 38-minute first inning. And now the Revs get a couple of more guys on in the bottom of the second. It's already bringing us to 2 o'clock. Hope you didn't have any dinner plans with your kids, Daryl.
Cancel them. I just canceled. Sounds harsher than it is. Here's a pitch in the dirt, and it's snuck by. Both runners take off. They'll both move up. A wild pitch, and it only got a couple of feet behind, but with the newfound speed on this team, Perez took off right away, and Rocket behind him advancing as well, and they couldn't even get off a throw. Second and third with 1 out, and Guzman, who with that first inning single tied for the league lead with 38 RBIs, he'll try to take over the league lead once again right here. Infield back. And the 2-1 way outside. Abeladeo at 49 pitches here with 1 out in the second inning. Guzman trying to cash in big time. The 3-1 curveball, swing and a miss. And again, Abeladeo willing to throw. Off speed behind in the count. That was his biggest, slowest hook, reminiscent of James Simmons. Not quite that slow, but big 12-6 curve. Now ready. And the 3-2. Slider down and away. Guzman lays off. And Abeladeo with the 4th walk that he has issued here in the first 2 innings. They are loaded again, and Talvin Nash is coming up.
This is where things get very interesting if you're the Revs. Nash, behind him Perez, behind him Michael Burgess. And this is, oof, they better be getting somebody warmed up awfully fast because this has potential to get ugly. Potential, of course. Nash has to abide.
Walked in the first inning today. First pitch this time, curveball, it missed the outside corner. And that goes to show you how careful they want to be to these guys. Curveball behind 3-1, and then a slider.
Can't be careful to all of them.
No, you can't. Curveball for the first pitch to Nash that missed. Here's the 1-0. Fastball outside. And man, is he in some trouble. 2 balls and no strikes.
Taking a couple extra seconds to be alone with his thoughts before he retakes the hill. And now finally somebody's getting loose for Bridgeport.
He is really laboring the Revs.
David Anderson.
That's who they started that comeback against on May 31st. Revs trying to take advantage of these struggles. Here's the 2-0. Fastball, he found the outside corner for a strike. Not the one Nash would have wanted right there. 2-1. 54 pitches now, the first 2 innings. Might want to reapply sunblock here today, too. The 2-1, same spot, or maybe even a little further out, but they gave it to Abeladeo, 2-2.
I see somebody in the front row, Daryl, who's got a Lawrence of Arabia look going with one of the programs.
Whatever it takes. And he can still read it when he's done with it. They're durable. Abeladeo steps off. Big feature on Andres Perez that you wrote for that.
Oh, it was fun to do.
Revolutionary Times.
Dre's a good guy.
Abeladeo set. They're going to go in. 2-2. Missed in. Nash jumps back. A full count. Another ball and the game will be tied just like that. Revs down 4-3 here in the second inning. All the runs thus far have come in the first. And now the stretch and the 3-2. Strike 3 called. A fastball away. And Nash rung up. Abeladeo made a perfect pitch. Right on the black or just off. No argument from Talbin. 2 away. And that puts some pressure on Dre. Now with 2 outs to try to not let this opportunity get away.
Abeladeo already walked Dre with the bases loaded. He's not going to want to do it again. I expect him to challenge Dre. Pound the zone. He's the one in that threesome that you go after.
First pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike.
And that's not a knock against Dre. It's just that you've got a couple of big boppers in Nash and Burgess, and Perez with only 5 home runs this year. He has the least potential to put 4 runs on the board with 1 swing, so you go after him.
Now the 0-1 curveball just dipped low. Abeladeo asking if it was low. All of a sudden, he seems to have found his release. He made a few perfect pitches on Nash to strike him out. And now ready. The 1-1. Swing and a tap foul down toward Polo. And that'll crawl over toward the Bluefish dugout in front of Polo. 1-2. Perez, the DH role today. Mace wanted to give his legs a rest from the field. Now Abeladeo steps off, motioning that he needs to see the signs again. You know, I think even ball 3 on Nash that was inside was right where he wanted it to set up going away. I mean, he's been pretty on point all of a sudden. This is the 1-2. And in the dirt, it skipped off to the right. Perez was ready to take off, but Rosmel Perez recovered quickly. Saves a run, and now 2-2 on Perez.
We got a 3-for-1 deal going on with Perez's catching, hitting, and on third base. Nothing more you can say about that, I guess.
No. I was thinking, but I got nothing. Says it all right there. Here's the stretch, setting up way away, the 2-2, and it missed off the plate. Abeladeo turns his back on home plate, but they were set up off. He hit his spot. He's kind of turned a 180 here in terms of his command, but it'll be 3-2, and the runners have the leeway of the head start. Setting up away again. And the 3-2 swung on, hit in the air, right field. Dotel back, and he'll circle under it and makes the catch to end the inning. Revs unable to cash in this time, although they do have Bridgeport's starter at 63 pitches through 2 innings. No runs, 1 hit. There were 2 walks, all 3 left. We go to the third, still a 4-3 Bridgeport lead.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at People's Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at People's Bank Park.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the third, Revs still trail 4-3. As Keith Castillo throws down the second, we'll pause for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
And happy Father's Day to all the dads listening. It is a 4-3 Bridgeport lead as we start the third. Michael Click will face Wellington Dotel up first. And a chance to salvage his start as he fires a strike. Had a nice bounce back inning in the second. After a 4-run first. His first start, though, since 2011, and it is different. Dotel a line out to right in the first. 0-1, and that missed outside. Speaking of Father's Day and a father-son connection, Michael Click's dad played at Temple, as did Michael. Michael, a sport and recreation management major at Temple University. He deals, and that's outside, 2-1. Born in Media, PA, which is a suburb of Philly. That's where the legend Harry Callis lived, and I asked Michael if he'd ever run into Harry, and he said absolutely, a lot, as Dotel fouls this one back. One of Harry's sons was in Little League with Michael. I wonder if Harry came out and announced the I didn't ask all that, but
maybe they didn't want to upstage the kids.
Maybe not. There's the 2-2. And look out, a foul up over the roof on the first base side, same direction where that first inning foul went into the suite level. But hopefully everybody was fine, and there didn't seem to be a lot of hysteria up there, so keeping our fingers crossed. But born and raised in Media, PA, Click set. And the 2-2 just missed, down and away. Castillo did not move the glove much. Full count. On the payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Foul tip squeezed. And Click, who the last couple of innings seems to be pacing himself more. He can still reach back and go 92, which he did right there with 2 strikes. It's his second strikeout of the afternoon. Jose Cuevas next. He singled in their first run back in the first.
Mariel Checo warming up in the Revolution bullpen right now.
Click with the pitch and a curveball that bends in for a strike. Mace told Corpus and Arredondo to be ready for in the neighborhood of the 6th or 7th inning today. And the 0-1, and that misses high, a fastball. I mean, from what we heard about the side sessions, oh boy, the potential of this bullpen is off the charts. Now Click to the belt, and the 1-1 swung on, slapped softly on the ground to second base. Rockets got it, throw to first. Plenty of time to get him, 2 down. Cuevas hit that one, kind of a nubber with some spin. Looked like it was snaking on its way to Rocket. Oh, Jonathan Galvez to the plate. He walked and scored back in the first. 4-3, Bridgeport leads. Stephen Penny's tuned in today as Click misses high.
Certain things you can or cannot say on the air.
No, this one's fine, actually. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. This is the pitch, and that misses down and away. He asked me if I can keep it down. He's trying to finish homework. Oh. What a weirdo.
What's homework?
I mean, he could turn the radio down. We're just feeding the beast now. Here's the 2-0. And that misses a little high. Click at 58 pitches here in the third.
And this will probably be his last inning. That first inning really did a number on him with 33 pitches.
Fires, and that's over for a strike. 3-1. Well, if this would be it, he has a chance to finish awfully strong. A 3-1. Oh, up and in. It started at Galvez. It had some tail, so it didn't stay at his body, but it still stayed in off the plate. That ends a streak of 6 in a row retired. And both of Click's walks have been dealt to Galvez, who's on base with 2 outs. Well, here's Josh Vitters, who singled in a run in that first inning on a liner to right center. Four to 3 Bridgeport. Here's the stretch from Click. Runner goes. First pitch is grounded foul up the third base side. And they sent Galvez there. He does have 3 steals. He's got a decent combination of speed and power. Pretty good overall player for them. And they had a rough year last year, but he was one of their more productive guys for sure. Here's the 0-1, and a shattered bat, grounded to third. Joel's got it. He'll throw to second to end the inning. That thing ended up in 3 pieces, and the barrel going toward third, but Guzman stayed focused on the ball. He knew that the bulk of the bat wasn't quite going to make it to him. So a nice job at third from Joel. It's a scoreless third for Click, who strands 1. And we go to the bottom of the third inning. Revs still trail 4-3.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Need a quick oil change? Get spoiled at the Lube Center, home of the drive-thru oil change, and now the Oil Cam, where you can watch us work from the driver's seat of your car. The Lube Center specializes in fast oil changes, preventative maintenance, and PA state inspections. Their personable staff will make you feel right at home 7 days a week. With 2 convenient locations, York in the Two Guys Shopping Center and Shrewsbury across from Home Depot. More than ever, it's easy to get spoiled at the Lube Center. Visit thelubecenter.com for more information. The Lube Center. Get spoiled!
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Revs down 4-3, but just getting started here today. Michael Burgess will lead things off as we start the home third, his first game back. And Abaladeo's first pitch of the inning is over for a called strike. Burgess a sac fly in the first, and he hit it deep to right. Picking up his 11th ribby in 9 games with York. Next one is swung on, lifted to shallow left. Giansanti coming in, and he'll squeeze it. And there's a one away. On our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest here today. One lucky fan can win if the Revs go yard in this one. Now here on this hot Sunday afternoon, so there might be a decent chance. And Sam Roelke is our contestant today. Here's Keith Castillo who takes a strike. I know who Sam is, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. But Sam, good luck. The Revs player goes yard, you win. Pitch to Castillo, and a fastball, strike called right on the outer edge. Castillo struck out swinging his first time up. Now Baladeo, 66 pitches, but trying to right his ship as well. He fires and missed low, a slider. 1-2. He was really, it seemed, the first 12 hitters all over the place, and then when Nash came in, and the numbers would support that, 4 walks to the first 12 hitters. When Nash came up with them loaded last inning, all of a sudden he started hitting his spots like pinpoint. Pitch to Castillo, he broke a bat and cued a foul to the third base side, and he'll disgustedly toss that thing back to the on-deck area. A shard of wood came flying off the barrel and ended up over to the right of home plate. He's got new lumber. So funny in the batting cage yesterday, watching him work on switch hitting. He had 2 different bats, and he swung left-handed, dropped one, sprinted to the other batter's box, picked up the other one. It's like it was a race, a shuttle run. Swings here, grounds one sharply, but right at second. Nunez has it. He'll sidearm to first, and that's out number 2.
And the other guys were making fun of him by doing the very same thing. Joel did it with glee.
Here's Repko with 2 men down. Repko a strikeout in the first. Pitch from Abaladeo, he shows a bunt, and it's a called strike away. Repko didn't think so. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster and Long Island scoreless in the third. Pitch to Repko is just outside. Sugarland is down 1-0 at New Britain in the third. The Revs today lead Lancaster by 2.5, Sugarland by 4 entering action. Pitch to Repko, a curveball, that's across for a strike, 0-2. I'm sorry, Sugarland by 3. It was Lancaster by 4 beginning yesterday, but they won twice and erased a game and a half. There's a fastball in on Repko, 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the other game, Somerset at home leads Southern Maryland 2-1 in the 5th. whatever.
Yeah, do we really?
Pitch to Repko, a foul tip straight back. Well, matters a good bit to them. Somerset leads Long Island by 1 game in that race. Navaladeo retired 4 straight. He's gunning for a 1-2-3 inning. Kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss. Off speed down low, and he got Repko for the second time with the tag applied. It's his 4th strikeout, and a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 4th. Will DeBoer will power through with tea and honey on hand, winning the tough man competition today. Revs trail the Bluefish at the end of 3, 4-3.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
How does it feel to win $100,000 home makeover from the Pennsylvania Lottery with top prizes of $100,000? It's amazing! Because the instant you play could be the instant you win. And even if you don't win instantly, you can enter the second chance drawings online at palottery.com for a chance to win a $100,000 home makeover or one of 1,000 other prizes. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Eric Hosmer's got nothing on this. Mad Dash Grilled Cheese is comfort food at its finest. Mad Dash is Central PA's favorite artisan grilled cheese truck, bringing you creative concoctions with the freshest and most flavorful ingredients. Available for food truck festivals, weddings, corporate, and private caterings. Find Mad Dash this year along the third base line at Peoples Bank Park for all York Revolution home games. Call 717-574-5168 or visit online at mad-grilledcheese.com. Mad Dash Artisan Grilled Cheese. Welcome home.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 4th inning from Peoples Bank Park. Bluefish up 4-3. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. It's Giansanti, Rosmel Perez, and Nunez to face Michael Click, who is out for his 4th inning of work. 62 pitches through the first 3. But 33 in the first, so he's got just 29 pitches combined through the last 2 innings. I had him going 4. The Revs do have somebody warming up. It was Mariel Checo getting loose in the bullpen. I'm sure he'll go in at the first sign of trouble. Giansanti, a 2-run double his first time up. That capped the Bluefish at 4 runs in the inning. And the first pitch is a fastball that missed outside, ball 1. Tale of 2 games right here. 7 runs combined in the first inning. Bluefish with 4 from the Revs with 3, but nothing doing since. 4 donuts on the board as Click misses low and away for ball 2. Revs had their chance in the bottom of the 2nd inning, loading up the bases with 1 out and Nash and Perez up, but Nash struck out and Perez flew out to right field to end the threat and keep Jonathan Alvadeo in the game. There's a deep fly ball down the left field line. Long run for Repko, but he gets there in front of the warning track, makes the catch, 1 away. And so Rosmel Perez comes to the dish. Perez bounced out to short his first time up. That was with a man on third in the first inning. So Revs and Bluefish have both left ducks on the pond in this game. 2 for the Bluefish, 5 for the Revs. And Perez will dig in. The regular catcher for the Bluefish, Connor David, the other one, the rookie, who performed well yesterday, going 1 for 5 with an RBI single on the first pitch from Click as a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 1. Rosmel from Guanaris, Pennsylvania, and a part of 3 major league organizations in his professional career, and the 0-1 left it above the letters, 1-1 the count. Started out with the Arizona Diamondbacks in 2008. That was his original franchise. Got as high as Double-A with them. Then played for Cincinnati for a year. And last year was within the Baltimore organization, getting to Triple-A. Click misses high and outside. Ball 2 at 88 miles an hour. Hey, Doc, it's 88 miles an hour. Oh, wait, wrong franchise. Sorry, it's Superhero Day, not Time Travel Day. Click the 2-1, and a high bouncer that's foul down the first base line. Bluefish up 4-3 in the top of the fourth inning. Indeed, it is Superhero Day. I'm your host for this afternoon's festivities, Batman. Wrong universe, I know. Please don't get on me, comic book people who also happen to like baseball. 2-2 the count now to Rosmel Perez. Click trying to get through the fourth unscathed. With his 70th pitch coming up, the kick in the 2-2 is low and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one a slider that slid just a little too far. Click just 1 base runner since that disastrous first inning. It was a walk to Galvez in the third. Now the payoff pitch and a line drive foul down the third base line. Buzz Albert had to leap out of the way of that one. Very similar to a grounder that we saw yesterday that the Revs had. Controversial call as the third base umpire in yesterday's game, John Harrington, called it foul when it appeared to stay fair. That cost the Revs a rally. York ended up falling yesterday 7-2 and needing a bit of revenge. Another payoff pitch is golfed deep into right field. Burgess going back onto the track, fighting the sun. He's at the wall. He leaps. Did he catch that ball? Yes, he did. Michael Burgess, a leap into the air. And a fantastic catch going back towards the wall. And he's a big guy. You don't expect him to be a solid fielder out there, but he is, and more so. A nice catch from Burgess. 2 away here in the fourth.
Yeah, he moves well out there. He reads it well off the bat. Had a snow cone on that one, but hung on to it. That's an impressive grab, reaching high and across his body. And the right field fence, much like left, there is not a whole lot of give here. So he had that to contend with, too.
Click's first pitch to Luis Nunez is a fastball right down George for called strike 1. Burgess returning to the lineup. After spending the last month in Mexico, what an impact he had for the Revs in his 8 games that he was here just before Memorial Day. Like Telvin Nash, a big guy, but like Telvin Nash, a guy who knows how to motor. And there's a slider that doesn't slide at all. It's high for ball 1. I can only imagine what would happen, Darryl, if you put Burgess and Nash in the big rubber bouncy balls and jousted against each other. 1-1. Did he go around? No, says John Harrington over at first base. Nunez holding up on a breaking ball that sailed outside. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Bluefish up 4-3. 4 hits for both sides here in the top of the fourth inning. 2-1 pitch. This one lifted foul towards the first base bleachers. Will it have enough room for Nash? No, it sails into the seats and it'll go home with a fan from Dallastown. And so Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Michael Click trying to get through the fourth inning. Complete a mixed bag performance that he'll certainly feel better about, having tossed 3 scoreless innings. All that contingent upon getting Nunez out. Click sets himself for the belt. The kick and the payoff pitch is outside. That's ball 3, actually. That was a 2-2 pitch that missed outside. So now it is a full count. Nunez trying to re-spark his season. The payoff pitch. Line shot down the left field line and fair. It takes a couple of hops into the left field corner. Repko has it. Nunez motoring for second. Repko's throw is not in time. Rocket tried the sweep motion. He didn't have the ball with him. And so a 2-out double by Luis Nunez. The first hit for the Bluefish since that big first inning. And here comes Mark Mason. I assume, Darryl, this will be the end of Michael Click after giving up that hard contact.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that being a reliever, and it will be it for him, it's, well, never does an opposing lineup get to see him 3 times. So this is a good time to go to somebody else here, not let them see him for a 3rd time. That's one of the challenges of being a full-time starter, is having enough pitches and enough different patterns that you can get through an order 3 times. So they have a full bullpen today, rather than risk these guys getting a little too familiar with Click after he's been through the order twice. They'll go to Checo now. But really a nice outing from him and a great finish after that tough first inning. It looked like he was a reliever out there in the first inning, trying to let everything hang out. And then I thought the last 2 innings, or 3 innings actually, he paced himself a lot like a starter. He was hitting his spots, and impressed with how long he was out there today. And I know Mace was saying before the game, and Poe Vaughn is doing the bullpen catching, by the way, or at least he's wearing the stuff. I think he legitimately is the one catching down there. But Mace was saying earlier today that, you know, if Click could only give them 2 or 3 innings, they'd be okay. But he very nearly got through 4, which was even more impressive after the way the first inning went. So really a good settle down, really a good rebound from him, and overall he ought to leave feeling pretty good about it.
On the hook for the loss, of course, but the Revs have fought back, and they're within a run of giving him a no decision, which I'm sure he'll take after a day like this. Mariel Checo. He has been a spot starter at points in this season. Now he will get the bulk of the long relief work for the Revs, making his 18th appearance of the season, 17th in relief. He's 4-1 with a 2.14 ERA, one of the top relievers out of this Revolution bullpen. Won the game at Somerset on June 16th, giving up a run in 2 innings of work. And so now Checo digs himself in, and he will face the top of the order. It's Luis Hernandez with Luis Nunez on second base. 2 outs, 4-3 Bridgeport here in the top of the 4th. There goes the runner immediately, and Castillo won't even try and throw. Crafty stolen base by Luis Nunez, who got a great jump. Rare to steal third, especially so well. Nobody was covering. Nobody even moved from the Revolution infield. 1-0 from Checo, and a ground ball over to first. Knocked down by Nash. He's got it. He'll trot over to first. Step on the bag. Side retired. So the stolen base doesn't mind Checo, and Click will depart after having given up just 4 runs. He was on the hook for that man. He doesn't score. For the Bluefish, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. Middle of the 4th, your score. Bridgeport 4, York 3 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers, and enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
Come on,
Colin Cowherd.
If the Lakers keep their pick, rookies count as 0. Here will be the Lakers' numbers. 0, 1, 1, 2, 1. They have another 2. Brandon Ingram is 18 years old. Think you can win playoff games in the West with that? Ben Simmons couldn't lead his college team in the field of 68.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. This is The Rich Eisen Show.
And I know I sound like an old man on the porch. Don't flip your bat. Whereas I said to Cam Newton, go and dance all you want. I love it. And keep your mouth shut. Only get your mouth shut by people trying to stop you. But the bat toss is one thing. You just got to accept the consequences when they come after that, and clearly he didn't.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We head to the last of the fourth. Jonathan Alabadeo still on the hill for the Bluefish, nursing a 4-3 lead. He's been under siege for most of this game. He's allowed tons of base runners, but he found his groove in the last inning, going 1-2-3 against the Revs. Now he'll face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order: Darwin Perez, Travis Witherspoon, and Michael Rocket. Now here's Darwin Perez, who walked and got to third in the second inning. First pitch from Alabadeo is inside, a turn of the shoulder by Perez, who says something to himself. Ball one. Darwin, the switch hitter, known more for his defense than his offense. A 192 hitter during his time with the Patriots. 1-0, and he lines this one down the right field line, but foul, just foul. John Harrington with a call. If that one's into the corner, it's trouble, and Perez, who has shown himself to have a bit of a motor, might end up with 3. A couple of times today, Darryl, that we've seen potential extra base hits from Revs players sail foul. You had Dre with a potential grand slam that went awry. And there's a bunt attempt by Perez. He takes it back in time as it's low and in, chases his ankles. It's 2-1. Another right-hander warming up in the pen, thanks to Arthur, our de facto roving reporter. The 2-1 pitch. Perez skies one foul and out of play towards the third base side. Off of the railing of the skybox and then down into the crowd. And it'll go home with a kid who came here all the way from Manchester. I say all the way. That's not too far away. Isn't that where you live?
In that neighborhood. You know what's awesome about Arthur? He never speaks out of turn as our sideline guy.
Here's the 2-2 pitch and a worm burner over to first, but it's foul. It dribbled off of Perez's either thigh or foot or what have you, some appendage. So he will walk it off. Bill Reuter will give him some time coming out to talk with the pitcher and with the bat boy.
Yeah, last night there were on-field members of the Revs who were still convinced that would-be double play in the 9th inning was not foul. So we've gotten differing reports on that. But a couple of the guys on the field were still convinced that it should have been in play.
Oh, that's right. It was with the Revs in the field, not the plate. Pounds to third base. I remember now. 2-2 pitch. That one's low. Nice block by Grosmel Perez, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bridgeport 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. York 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The payoff from Alabadeo. And a line drive into left field, soaring back towards the wall, but Giansante has it, makes the catch in front of the big scoreboard, 1 away.
Still a good at bat from Perez. He's had a couple of good ones today. He was a reserve with Somerset, much like he's expected to be here, but sometimes you get to a new place and your focus heightens a little bit, and he's battled really well in his 2 at-bats. Deep counts. He walked the first time, got a pretty good piece of this one.
Now Travis Witherspoon swings the first pitch and fouls it back out of play towards the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. 0-1 the count. Witherspoon on a 3-game hitting streak since he joined the Revolution. Alabadeo into the wind. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Travis showing bunt. He brings it back. It catches the outside corner. Strike 2. Witherspoon digs back in. Fairly simple stance, flexing of the arms. The 0-2 pitch and tapper that is foul down the third base line. Coming close, Vitters gloves it after it had already trickled to the left.
Again, Albaladeo's command has been really good ever since the walk to Guzman in the second inning that loaded the bases at the time. And so often you'll see a starter, if you don't get them early, they settle in.
The Revs got to him early, but they couldn't knock him out. 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen. Count stays at 0-2.
The thing, though, today, I mean, even if he pitches this effectively, the rest of his outing, his pitch count is still way up. I mean, he can't be out there overly deep into this game today. You wouldn't think.
That's right. He's already at 87 pitches, and we're not even out of the fourth inning. Well, Revs hope to break into the Bluefish bullpen. 0-2 pitch is low and in for ball one. Revs have done such a good job against Bridgeport this year. They are 7-2, their best record against any Atlantic League opponent. And Bridgeport's bullpen, for 55 games this year, has given up 18 leads. They have lost 18 times after previously holding a lead. 1-2 from Albadeo. Fastball just a tick outside. I feel like Reuter has been calling that pitch throughout the afternoon. Not that time, though.
Sort of expected him to ring him up right there. Good eye.
2-2 pitch. Here's the rock and the roll. Another fastball about the same spot and still called outside. Albadeo claps his mitt. He had him 0-2, and now he's let him off the hook 3-2. The count to Travis Witherspoon, who'll try and work himself a walk or a base hit off of this. Here's the payoff pitch, and a line drive up the middle, base hit over Hernandez at short. Travis Witherspoon, a dandy of an at-bat, fighting back a couple of 0-2 pitches and then lacing a 3-2 into left center field, and the Revs have life in the bottom of the fourth.
Excellent job right there. And you said it. I mean, behind in the count and working it and laying off a couple that were very close to what has been called today, almost in the identical spot to get to the full count. And maybe that'll get the offense going again.
Rocket doesn't need going. He's already there. He's 2 for 2 today. And there's a snap throw over the first to hold Witherspoon, the speedster, aboard. Both of Michael Rocket's hits coming on hit and runs. And now we're seeing Luis Rodriguez, the manager for the Bluefish, instead of Jesse Litch, the pitching coach. And at 91 pitches, this may be it for our friend Jonathan Albadeo.
He retired 6 straight before that hit.
The entirety of the infield meeting him on the hill. This may be just a strategy meeting, a conference on the mound to talk about how to pitch to Rocket and how to pitch to the big guns as they come up in the Revolution order. And Rodriguez will go back to the dugout without his pitcher. Albadeo still on the hill. And he will face Michael Rocket as previously planned. So Rocket, with a couple extra seconds to think about this at bat, digs in with those sunburst cleats. Setting up outside from the stretch. It's high for ball one. Snap throw back to first, not in time. Witherspoon dives back in.
Well, with Witherspoon's speed and Rocket at the plate, the Bluefish will have to think quite a bit more here than they would have maybe facing the Revs previously.
Big lead for Witherspoon. And there he goes. He's the 1-0 on a ground ball. It's fouled down the third base line, chasing Polo from his perch. They try the hit and run again with Michael Rocket.
He's 2 for 2 on it today. Once to right, once through the left. But with this addition of speed, I mean, you're going to see opposing teams have to be a lot more careful and grind their gears a little bit more, for lack of a better word with certain men on base.
Oh, grinding gears, huh? There goes Witherspoon again. Rocket pops one up. Fly ball out to center field. Going back on it, Chambers makes a catch. Wheels and throws back into the infield. Back to first goes Witherspoon. That's the second out of the inning. Revs down 4-3 for the moment, but the heart is coming up. Joel Guzman, an RBI single in the first inning, later a walk. He'll try to extend this rally and try to perform as they've got the spotlight on him, the spotlight on Albadeo, just like the Stage Deli's got the spotlight on outstanding soup, salads, and sandwiches. For daily specials including smoothies and catering options, visit them, Stage Deli on George on Facebook and then on North George Street right next to the Strand Capitol Theater. Albadeo likes what he sees from his catcher now. Likes it doubly, and will toss back to first. Witherspoon stole his first base for the Revs last night. He's got 8 on the season. First pitch, Guzman is tagged to right center field. Dotel, a long run back for it. He turns, but he makes the catch in front of the Little Caesar sign in right center. Turns, tosses it to a fan in the crowd, and that will retire the side. So the Revs threaten but cannot score once again against Albadeo. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. End of the fourth, your score. Bridgeport 4, York 3 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Pain doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The top of the fifth we go. Revs down 4-3. Mariel Checo trying to keep it just a 1-run deficit. The Bluefish will send up Chambers, Dotel, and Cuevas. And first is the center fielder, Adrian Chambers. We saw him as a pinch runner at the very end of Friday's game. Went 1 for 4 with an RBI double yesterday, and now today he is 0 for 2. Guzman playing up on the grass at third base. Mariel Checo into the line, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, ball 1. Chambers, the Pensacola, Florida man, made it to the bigs with the Cardinals in 2011, 12, and 13, and he watches another fastball sail outside, 2-0. Chambers wearing a big red sweatband on his right arm as Checo misses, same spot, outside. 3-0. If he was a card, they'd take him in for a realignment. Do they have such a thing for pitchers? I don't know. They're rocking the roll on a 3-0 pitch, and that one's right down George Street for called strike 1. Picture perfect Sunday afternoon, Father's Day at Peoples Bank Park. Now the 3-1 pitch, a wave and a whiff, a wicked fastball. And Checo's fought back now. He was down 3-0 to Chambers. Now he's full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. quick from Checo. The payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. Chambers tosses the bat aside. He'll take first base with a leadoff walk, and the Revs still don't have a 1-2-3 inning. They haven't had one since Friday. Haven't had one, in fact, since the first inning Friday. The Bluefish have been moving with the offense all series. Can they move right here? There's a toss back to hold Chambers aboard first base. Chambers, 116 stolen bases in the minor leagues, 2 in the majors. Wellington Dotel at the plate now. Checo from the stretch, the first pitch, and Dotel ties him up inside. He did not go around, says John Harrington at first base. Dotel, originally a Seattle Mariners farmhand, he last played affiliated ball with the Clinton Lumber Kings of the Midwest League in 2010. A young man named Lucas Mann, who was an MFA at Iowa at the time, wrote a book about that team as Checo tosses to first. It's called Class A, Baseball in the Middle of Everywhere. He profiled the Lumber Kings team that came within a game of winning the Midwest League, losing to the Lake County Captains in the championship series. But Wellington Dotel shows up for a little bit in Chapter 7 of that book before he is released in about July. Another toss over to first base. From Mann's profile, Dotel, a fan favorite in Clinton, and he has proven himself to be a fan favorite just about everywhere, including the fans here. Longtime listener talking about how much she likes when Dotel comes to play yesterday. And a fastball missing inside. It is 2-0 to Wellington. And you saw in that last half inning, he tossed the ball to the young fan in the picnic area in right center after making the catch. He plays the game with boundless and childlike enthusiasm, much like his enjoyment of soda pop, according to Lucas Mann. 2-0 pitch and a deep fly ball to left field. Forget this. Turn and watch it go. That's going towards the Cadorus Creek. A towering 2-run homer for Wellington Dotel. For him, number 2 on the season, and Bridgeport reinforces the lead at 6-3. Checo tagged for a couple of rare runs, and Wellington Dotel, who had that hammy that forced him out yesterday, he seems to be showing no ill signs of it today. Now here's Jose Cuevas, RBI single and a run for him. The first pitch is outside, ball 1. Checo will have to shake it off. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss at a breaking ball for strike 1. 82 miles an hour on what looked like a slider. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. That one is low, 2 balls and a strike. Wind blowing out to center field, maybe just right of center field. Noticeable from here as the flag is fluttering with consistency. 2-1 pitch reached for and fouled back towards the first base seats. Count goes to 2-2. Cuevas, one of the league leaders in doubles. He had 2 of them yesterday. Now the 2-2 pitch. It's low for ball 3. Cuevas, Giants farmhand way back when, signed in 2010. 2011 went straight from the Arizona League to AAA Fresno for a couple of games as he watches a breaking ball shave the inside part of the plate. Called strike 3. Nice bit of pitching from Mariel Checo for his first strikeout of the day. 1 away here in the top of the 5th with the Bluefish up 6-3. Now here's Jonathan Galvez. The first pitch to him is a tick inside, ball 1. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, a full Sunday afternoon of games here in the Atlantic League. A fine, fine league it is. 1-0 is right down the tube for called strike one. Top of the fifth from Long Island, Ducks leading Lancaster 1-0. Revs need the Barnstormers to lose. Now the 1-1 swung on and missed, tied him up on an inside breaking ball for strike two. Bottom of the fifth from New Britain, Sugarland leading the Bees 3-1, trying to salvage the finale at New Britain Stadium. And a breaking ball catches inner plate once again for called strike three. Drawing an incredulous shrug of the arms from Luis Rodriguez over in the third base coach's box, saying that one was below his knees. Why didn't you call it a ball? Now back-to-back looking strikeouts for Mariel Checo. Now he's got the K-man in his scope, Josh Vitters. Single, a run, and an RBI for him today. And a breaking ball that was outside, and he went around, says John Harrington at first base. Vitters can't hold the swing. Checo the windup, and now the 0-1 pitch, a fastball that misses above the letters, ball one. Bridgeport now 6 runs on 6 hits. York 3 runs on 5 hits. Checo wheels and deals. Breaking ball, inside corner, strike two. More like a cut fastball at 89 miles an hour. 1 strike away from breadsticks for all. Checo the 1-2 pitch, and he misses below the knees for ball two, scrunching his face, thinking he had that one. Not so, says Bill Reuter. Now the 2-2 pitch, and a breaking ball that misses outside. Vitters holds the swing that time, and the count has gone full. Will this be the breadstick moment? Checo, the windup, the payoff pitch. Tag, deep left field, but hooking foul. That one's on to Arch Street, about the same spot that Dre hit a foul ball about 3 innings ago. Seventh pitch coming, it's another payoff. And a line drive up the middle, base hit, nearly takes Checo's head off, but he ducks out of the way. 2 out single for Josh Vitters, who's 2 for 3 today. So with the rally restarted, Anthony Giansanti comes to bat. Giansanti, a 2-out, 2-run double back in the first inning. Until Dotel's homer, that was the last time Bridgeport had scored in this game. Now the lead is 3 for the Bluefish, who are trying to steal a series here in York. First pitch comes in and hits Giansanti between the shoulder blades. Breaking ball must have slipped out of Checo's hands. No malice, I can imagine, in that hit batsman. Whether he meant it or not, that puts 2 men aboard with 2 out, and he'll get Mark Mason out of the dugout. Well, Mace takes a walk to Mariel Checo on the mound and go to his bullpen. Checo is done. It looks like a right-hander. Coming in, is that Perdomo? And Mace has walked back to the dugout. Who is that? That looks... Brian was flashed me Ron Scutters. That's not Ron Scutters, though. Oh, it's Cuevas. Or no, Corpus. It is Corpus. Manny Corpus making his team debut. This pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And so Manny Corpus will get action here in the top of the 5th inning. The latest and perhaps greatest addition to this Revolution bullpen, the 33-year-old right-hander from Panama City. Manny Corpus. Began his pro career in 2002 as a 19-year-old. He was signed as a 16-year-old in '99. 7 years in the major leagues, 359 appearances, 13-20 with a 4.14 ERA, and 34 saves, 19 of them coming for the pennant-winning Colorado Rockies in 2007. That was that Rocktober team that won 21 of its 22 games leading up to the World Series. Corpus saved 10 of them. All 3 in the NLDS against the Phillies and 2 against the Diamondbacks in the NLCS, including the clincher. He inherits 2 on with 2 out, and Corpus's first pitch, fastball, it came in and it's fouled back by Rosmel Perez, 0-1. Sidearm action from Corpus. That one had a lot of movement to it. Corpus in Mexico last year between the Mexico City Red Devils and Oaxaca. So the Panamanian's ready, sets the belt, checks the run. Here's the kick and the sidearm action. And a ground ball over to second. It skips over Rocket's mitt into right, base hit. Burgess throwing home. Here comes Vitters. The throw cut off by Castillo. They've got a man in a rundown. Try to go home with it. Nobody's covering home, and nobody's covering second either. And the Boo Birds coming out as a fielding miscue by the Revs, allowing an extra run to score on the base hit by Perez. He'll get credit for at least 1 RBI, probably just the one, as Giansanti was on third. He came home when Castillo threw to second base, or at least was looking towards second. Nobody home. Castillo tried to throw, turns around, nobody was covering second. So 2 more runs in for the Bluefish. It is 8-3. All the runs charged to Mariel Checo, and it'll bring up Luis Nunez. First pitch, breaking ball, missing outside, ball 1. Not the start that Manny Corpus would have wanted. He let both inherited runners score, both of them charged to Mariel Checo. 4 runs against him in an inning of work. And here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball over to third base. Guzman has it. The throw over to first, it was strong. It nearly drug Nash off the bag, but he keeps the right foot on. It's in time, and the side retired. But the Bluefish double their run out, put 4 more runs. The Dotel 2-run homer got the first 2 home, and then Perez. So 4 runs on 3 hits with no errors and 1 left on base. Middle of the 5th, your score, Bridgeport 6, York 3 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at your Sure Save neighborhood markets. Use your gold card every time you shop, and you automatically receive savings and rewards. And get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Saubel's Markets, Wetzel's Market, and also at Nell's Market Fresh Foods. Always a hit and always great savings.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Bluefish coming alive in the top of the 5th, and Jonathan Alabadeo, 94 pitches in all, will take the hill in the 5th, spotted an 8-3 lead. Revs with their biggest deficit of the game, and they'll have the big bats coming up next. Nash, Perez, and Burgess. First is Telvin Nash. Walking a strikeout to his name. The strikeout was big. It came with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. Revs came away empty-handed in that frame. Albadeo into the wind, the first pitch. Breaking ball missing low and outside, ball 1. Albadeo, a real bounce back, just like Click. Settled in after giving up 3 in the 1st and has put up goose eggs onward. 1-0 to Nash. And a breaking ball at the knees called strike 1. Revs trying not to drop a series at home against the last place team in the Liberty Division. 1-1 pitch, high arcing ball, it's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Nash, who homered earlier in this series, he loves to play against the Bluefish. 2-1 pitch, he watches it outside, 3-1. 13 home runs on the season, 4 of them coming against the boys from Bridgeport. Albadeo, this will be his 100th pitch of the afternoon. And the 3-1 is lifted out into right field, playable for Dotel if he can get there. Long run for Wellington, into the corner, reaches out, he doesn't get to it, and it's a fair ball. Telvin Nash, a seeing eye double, and Dotel has trouble getting it up. Nash is going to third, he will come home, and Telvin Nash steps on the bag. Dotel, I suppose, is claiming ground rule double. Yes, I think it went into the gap in the wall where the gardening tools are, the grounds crew equipment. So Telvin Nash being pointed back to second base by John Harrington. And Brian Pounce, who's coaching first base, is going to have a word saying, hey, shouldn't he be on third? Not the case, though, and now here comes Mark Mason for a bit of an argument.
Well, here's where the problem is. Dotel may have touched that ball before it went out of play. And Nash kept running, which is exactly what he should have done. John Harrington went all the way out there to see where it was, and so he did the right thing in that sense. But if Dotel touched it and knocked it out of play, then we have a whole different issue. It's not just a ground rule double. If he physically touches it and knocks it out of play when Nash is already at second and making a move to third, if that were the case, he should have gotten third and home. But it's not an argument that the Revs are going to win. Harrington says it bounced out cleanly, evidently.
So Nash will settle for a leadoff double as the Revs try and climb back from this 8-3 deficit. Andres Perez watches the first pitch miss outside, ball 1. Dre, a bases loaded walk in the first inning, and he flew out to right field with the bases loaded in the second. Albadeo, 101 pitches deep. From the stretch, the 1-0. Line drive, left center field, and it will fall in front of Giansante for a base hit. Nash had to stop to see if he would get to that ball. He goes to third now. York in business against a tiring starter. Men on the corners with nobody out. And Michael Burgess walking to the plate.
Now they're never out of it. That was a tough 5th inning, damaging to today's chances, but here the Revs are coming again. You just wish that early in the game they could have cashed in that 2nd inning, and it might be a different tune to this point, but still a lot of game left.
Burgess, a couple fly balls, one of them a sacrifice in the top of the first to score a run. First pitch to him, he reaches for a slider in the dirt and comes up empty, 0-1. Burgess, in the 8 games he played for the Revs in May, hit 3 home runs and drove in 10. A monster week for Michael Burgess. The 0-1, a fastball missing outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bluefish up 8-3 for the moment. Nash on third. Andres Perez on first with nobody down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Albadeo tired and pitching to left-handed Burgess, who watches a ball at his knees for called strike 2, drawing the Boo Birds out once again.
Yeah, he thought it was a little low, looking at his reaction.
Now Burgess stands back in. Tampa, Florida native is ready. There is the 1-2 pitch. He lifts this one foul and out of play down the third base line and into the seats. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think they wanted to give Albadeo a chance at a win to get through 5 innings. But now at 106 pitches, if the Revs score here, which they are primed to do, or score multiple runs and make a serious threat, they're going to have to yank him.
Yeah, I think the next hit he gives up is going to be his last batter. Now the 1-2 pitch and a chopping ground ball foul down the first base line past Brian Pounds. It's 1-2. Pounds, a rare day off. He has played in 54 of a possible 55 games for the Revolution this year. Leads the team and is tied for 2nd in the league. I'm sure he objected to sitting this one out. They always do. They're coming inside on him. 1-2 pitch, and it misses just a hair inside. Burgess holding up on his swing. Now the count goes even at 2-2.
Give Tejeda today off also. Josh Wilson. It's a deep team with all of these additions.
They're finally deep enough they can have a Sunday afternoon lineup.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing. Man on the corners, nobody out. 2-2 pitch coming. Albadeo, the kick and the offering. And a looping foul ball over our heads onto the roof. Join all the other roof balls. Trivia question, is roof ball a sport or an edible confection?
Really?
Maybe. Possibly.
Is it either?
It's either or neither. Another 2-2. That one is in there. Strike 3 called. Apparently at the knees on the outside corner, and Burgess wasn't happy about that at all. Now with Castillo up, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Harvey Firestein and Darrell Henry with you on a Sunday afternoon from Peoples Bank Park. Masquerading as Will DeBoer today. And Castillo takes it low and in for ball 1. Keith is 0 for 2 today in his return to the lineup. And we're seeing a Sunday afternoon lineup, Darrell, because for the first 2 games we saw the exact same lineup. Mace is settling on his starting 9 in the midst of this pennant chase. Perez on first, Nash on third with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 lifted out into left field. Will it be deep enough? Probably not. Chasing him towards the line and making the catch is Giansante in foul ground. Nash holds on third base. He would have been a dead duck at the plate. And so the Revs, with 3 chances to get the man from third home, have squandered the first 2. Jason Repko will need to find the open space in order to get him home now. Rep today, a couple of strikeouts. He's in the midst of a slump that's knocked his average down under 270. He was top 10 in the league for the longest time, hovering over 300 before this recent slump. First pitch, a breaking ball, inner half, strike 1. Jason not a fan of that pitch. The count 0-1.
Albaladeo's had him set up for off-speed stuff today. That's where he's gotten him on the 2 strikeouts.
113 pitches. Rosmo Perez sitting up outside. Here's the 0-1, a fastball, hit his spot. but not the zone. It's 1-1.
You hear the big fella grunt when he released that pitch.
Just like Nolan Ryan of old. And that's where the comparisons stop. Probably. And against Albadeo, but Nolan Ryan was a freak of nature. We all know that. And he could probably still rip Robin Ventura's head off if he wanted to.
Quite possibly.
I would have loved for the Rangers and White Sox to meet in the playoffs at some point, just to see if that'll happen again. 1-1 to Repko. He takes in ball 2. Revs down 8-3. Bridgeport 4 spots in the first and 5th innings. Revs with 3 in the first, but no more. Not for lack of trying. They've left 6 men on base. 5 in the first 2 innings. Short lead for Andres Perez off of first base. 2-1 from Albadeo. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Nice breaking ball. Repko goes to a knee to try and tag it. He comes up with air. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. Revs down 5. That's a upside down 2. Albadeo with the 2-2 pitch. It's lifted out into right field. Long run for Dotel to come in on it. He jogs and makes a catch. Side retired. More missed opportunities for the Revs, who had men on the corners and nobody out and come up empty-handed. And Jonathan Albadeo, at 117 pitches strong, will exit with a chance to win the game. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. End of the 5th, your score, Bridgeport 8, York 3 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Maple Donuts, can I help you?
Hello, it's me. You must be excited.
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting a call from the next GOP nominee.
Listen, I'm having a little party this summer in Cleveland. I need 1,237 donuts.
I think you mean delegates?
No, donuts, dummy. I already have delegates. In fact, I have more delegates than anybody in the history of delegate getting.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about
I need donuts for my delegates because I'm bringing this party together, and people are telling me that nothing brings a party together like Maple Donuts.
Well, I would agree with that.
So tell Charlie Donut I need some glaze.
Okay.
Some jelly filled. Some powdered sugar.
Got it.
Oh, and vanilla sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles, and rainbow sprinkles.
All 3?
I'm appealing to everybody.
Of course.
One more thing. Does Charlie have any orange donuts? Maybe with some blonde icing?
No, I'll look into it.
Fantastic.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How'd you hear about Maple Donuts?
I have a good friend, the governor of New Jersey. Maybe you've heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
I think he has an open tab with Maple Donuts, and if I know the governor, it's huge.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Well, I finally did it. I took my dad's advice and joined his credit union.
Which one?
PSECU. I'm eligible because my dad's a member, but I joined through work.
Really? I thought you had to work for the state.
A lot of people think that, but there are lots of ways to be eligible.
I'm not really thrilled with my bank and all their fees. I need to check them out.
Definitely. It's worth the switch.
PSCCU is the credit union for you. Find your way at psccu.com/join. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We're head to the top of the 6th inning. Bluefish leading 8-3. Manny Corpus back on for his first full inning in a Revolution uniform. He will face the top of the order, Hernandez, Chambers, and Dotel, after the Bluefish sent 8 to the plate in the 5th. First pitch from Corpus, a breaking ball on the inside corner for strike 1. 4th time for the order for the Bluefish. Hernandez is 1 for 3 with a double and a run. Castillo setting up outside. Now the 0-1 pitch tailing in and a swing and a miss from Hernandez for strike 2. Great movement from Corpus. That one looked like it was heading around a NASCAR track. Ernie Irvin himself couldn't have done it better. There's the kick in the 0-2. Fastball is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you missed that Ernie Irvin interview in the pregame, we'll have it up for you on the WOYK SoundCloud page at the end of this game. Corpus ready. Gets his sign. Castillo setting up a shade outside. 1-2 pitch. Slapped into left field and drifting foul. Another one of those hooks that came in. Hernandez was ready for it that time. Starting to feel the wind here on a Sunday afternoon from Peoples Bank Park. The flag is moving out towards the direction of left field now. Corpus, here's the kick and the 1-2. Low and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the 2-2. Bouncer over to second. Scooped up by Rocket. Throw to first in time. 1 away.
Well, from what I've heard about Corpus, I'd expect to see a lot of ground balls with some of his late movement. Like everything that he throws moves. He's got that lower angle, so he's going to generate some sink. And it could see that also from out in the crowd in the top half of the 5th when he had come in. You can see the downward tilt on his ball.
Now here's Adrian Chambers. The first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 8-3 Bridgeport in the top of the 6th inning. Bluefish looking for another series win. They've won the last 2 in the midst of their hot streak. 0-1 from Corpus, a little half swing that Chambers couldn't hold up on. Fastball he missed outside, but Chambers chases, and now it's 0-2.
Their first series win on that stretch was against a team that was hot at the time, New Britain, and they pretty much sunk the Bees right out of the Liberty Division race.
Now the 0-2, it's outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Revs looking for their first 1-2-3 inning since the first inning on Friday. It's been a long time. And of some long games. 0-2. And that missed inside. And that was a 1-2 pitch. Actually, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Bluefish, 8 runs on 8 hits with no errors. 3 runs on 7 hits with no errors for the Revolution. Trying to be revengers, but running out of time. They've got 4 more innings to do so. The 2-2 from Corpus. Slapped foul towards the screen. And we will do it again as a fan who was startled by that ball, flinching as it was already bouncing the other direction.
The net is their superhero.
Yes, it is. Applause, applause. The almighty twine. Chambers ready, back in again. The left-handed hitter will face a 2-2 from Corpus. A swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on an 88-mile-an-hour cut fastball, it looked like. First strikeout as a Rev for Manny Corpus. Wasn't really a strikeout pitcher when he was with the Rockies or the Chicago Cubs. 264 strikeouts in 374 big league innings. And that's number 1 with the Revs. And with 2 down, Wellington Dotel coming to the plate. Dotel, a long home run over the wall and left in the 5th inning, and he takes inside for ball 1.
Yeah, that one hurt. That was a big one.
Dotel is 1 for 3 after the moon shot. And he lines one hop to Perez. Spinorama, easy throw to first in time, side retired. Darwin Perez, his chance to flash the leather. And Manny Corpus has pitched the Revs' first 1-2-3 inning in, 24 innings, we will say. Nothing across for the Bluefish. Middle of the 6th, your score. Bridgeport 3, York 3 on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
Did you send that email?
No, the server's down.
Again? That's the 3rd time this week. Did you call support?
Sure. Great hold music for the last hour.
There's got to be a better way.
There is. Let SoCo Business Solutions maintain your current IT environment, evaluate your current systems, or provide support that's local and responsive. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
Come on, Colin Cowherd.
Steph Curry won a unanimous MVP. And I do feel there's an anti-LeBron movement to some degree. And who votes on the MVP? Sports writers. Often 5'8", 5'7", 5'9". They're small like Steph Curry. They relate to Steph. They don't like LeBron. LeBron's big and powerful.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school on time to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
We head to the bottom of the sixth. Revengers are going to need some revenging, and they'll have to do so against a new pitcher, brought to you by Maple Donuts. David Anderson trying to continue the string of donuts that Jonathan Alabadeo had going. Alabadeo out after 5 innings of 3-run, 7-hit ball, and 117 pitches, I believe, Darryl. That's the most against the Revs this season. David Anderson, a 22-year-old, made his debut as a 21-year-old with the Bluefish last year. 7 appearances, 2-2, a 2.68 ERA. This year, 1-2 with a 6.96 in 8 appearances. His first pitch to Jarwin Perez is a fastball on the inner half for called strike 1. Anderson from Syracuse, New York. Joined the Bluefish after a midseason tryout last year, and his 0-1 to Perez is slapped towards short. Big hop to Hernandez. He's got it. Throw to first in time. 1 away.
Well, it was against Anderson that the comeback, the legendary 9th inning comeback, started in Bridgeport on May 31st, and the Revs were down 5 at the time, and that 9th inning began with a ground out. There was 1 out, ground out to short, James Simmons, and then the floodgates opened. It's a little bit earlier in the game today, but there is some symmetry here.
Travis Witherspoon up next. Anderson's first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for called strike 1. Spooney 2 for 3 with a run today for the Revs. In desperate need of some offense, down 8-3 in the 6th. And they've got offense there. A line drive that drops in front of Giansante, a base hit. 3-hit game for Travis Witherspoon, who now has 6 hits in his first series as a member of the York Revolution. A fine, fine pickup that was.
That 9th inning comeback also continued with a 1-out single to left. Everything is the same so far.
Deja voodoo. Good song by Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Michael Rocket up next. The first pitch to him, a fastball on the outside corner called strike 1. Rocket 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles on hit and run plays, and then he flew out to center field his last time up. Rocket seen the average climb all the way up to 262. It'll go higher as he bounces one foul down the third base line. 0-2. A 10-game hitting streak ties him for the fourth longest rather for the Revs this year. Isaiah Stahedi, who's got the day off, currently on a 16-gamer. 11 gamers for Repko to begin the season, and then Dre in the middle of May and June. A handful of others have had 10 gamers. 2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a cut fastball. Rocket retired by way of the K. And there's the first 2 outs of the inning for David Anderson. He'll have Joel Guzman in his scope next. The Goose is 1 for 2 today, an RBI single and a run in the first, a walk in the second, and a fly ball to right field to end the fourth. Rally starter potentially for the Revolution. They're going to need to do so here in the bottom of the sixth inning, down 8-3. Anderson's first pitch, a bit of chin music for Joel, who's brushed back. 1-0. The white Oakleys that Joel wears, contrasting very well with the black and red Revengers jerseys. As usual, he is the coolest guy in the room. 1-0. Breaking ball, outer black, strike one.
If I ever get like $8,000 for a pair of shades, those are the ones I'm going to buy.
$8,000 for a pair of shades. I think I'll just wear my regular Oakleys and get Mets season tickets instead. Anderson's 1-1. Ripped into left base, hit for Joel. A 2-hit day for the Goose.
$150 anyway.
And now the table's set for Telvin Nash. Ground rule double that could have been more. A ruled ground rule by John Harrington, the first base umpire. Nash does it again. The Revs will have at least one run. If it's not ground rule, it'll be two. Telvin 1 for 2 today. After that big hit, another extra baser for him as he climbs the total base mark in the league and the extra base mark. Anderson's first pitch misses outside, ball one. Nash on the season after that double, 101 total bases. And Joel now at 100 total bases after his single. The first two Revs have cracked triple digits in total bases this year. 1-0, fouled back to the screen, 1 ball and 1 strike. The double for Nash was number 11 on the season. He has 24 extra base hits. Ties him with Jeremy Barfield and Josh Whitaker for first in the league. One ball and 1 strike. Anderson, here's the kick and the pitch. Fly ball deep to the right field corner, and it'll hook foul and towards the picnic area. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. This will be a sweet time for Telvin to park one onto one of the horses in the carousel that's spinning out in left center field. But the wind is blowing out to right center, so if he can just drive the ball to the opposite field, he may have himself something. Anderson ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming inside. Nash limbos with the knees out of the way, and it's 2-2.
A couple of times today they've gone in on Nash, trying to make him move and open up that outside.
Yeah, they've set up for the outside. That's how they got him in the second inning with the bases loaded. They set up outside again. 2-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. He knew the outside pitch was coming and he couldn't come up with it. Slow hook at 77 from Anderson to retire the side. Revs with a couple of singles, but once again leaving ducks on the pond. They have stranded 10 in this game. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. End of the 6th year score, Bridgeport 8, York 3. Darrell Henry will take you home here on the WOYK Revs Radio Network.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
But last Thursday and Friday, we're looking at Golden State differently than we are today. The end was a good result. But then I wonder, did you want them to win? I don't know nationally if we look at them the way we did last year. An embraceable story, still love Steph Curry, the way they play, that style. Were you looking at Oklahoma City and saying, hey, it'd be nice to get them into the finals again? Maybe, Durant, maybe he and Westbrook get a title. I don't know if you were rooting for or against, but I'm still fascinated by watching Golden State. I love the style, and that style is not for everyone. Although, I'm curious what the record for threes attempted and made in the NBA Finals for 2 teams. because we're going to break it this year. Golden State and Cleveland.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Ross Brothers Barbecue is serving up the hits every Saturday night this season at Peoples Bank Park. Stop by Arch Street Eats on the third base corner and load up on delicious, fresh-made local barbecue. All of Ross' sauces and sides are made from scratch daily. All meats are smoked for an authentic barbecue done right. Ross Brothers also offers drive-through, dine-in, and carry-out from the restaurant at 3096 Carlisle Road in Dover, as well as delivery and full-service catering. Ross Brothers can cater any sized event from fundraisers to graduation parties to weddings. Ross Brothers Barbecue every Saturday night at Peoples Bank Park.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Head of the seventh inning, Revs trail 8-3. Julio DePaula will come in. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts. And his first pitch of the day, swung on and missed by Jose Cuevas. A cutter at 91. He'll face the middle third of the order here. Kudos to Will, who did not want to come out of the lineup today, playing hurt as DePaula fires inside, a fastball missing. Cuevas 1 for 3, an RBI single and a run scored back in the first. He entered play today, top 5 in the league in ribbies, and he swings here, rolls one to short. Darwin Perez to his left, a smooth pickup, and the throw gets him by half a step. And one away here in the seventh inning. Now Perez, very smooth with the hands, and he does not, at least that we've seen yet, have the prototypical shortstop cannon, but if you have a quick release, you don't need that. And he also hasn't necessarily had to really hose anybody yet, as Jonathan Galvez takes a strike. But David Eckstein, for instance, he was a fine shortstop, did not have the strongest arm, just a quick release, great hands. And now a slider in for a strike on Galvez, who today has walked twice, scored once, struck out the other time. Pitch is down low, a slider from DePaula, working very quickly. And we do also still today expect to see the debut of Jose Arredondo. Manny Corpus goes an inning and a third scoreless, gave up one inherited run on one hit. And the pitch is lined the other way, right field, a base hit. Burgess will go toward the line a few steps and glove. A one-out hit for Galvez, who now has a 9-game hitting streak. A one-out base runner for Josh Vitters. Vitters 2 for 3, with an RBI and 2 runs. DePaula in 11 games, no record, a 4.66 ERA coming in here today. And his first pitch to Vitters is in near his hip, made him jump back. Hasn't pitched since last Sunday at Sugarland. Got the hold with a scoreless 8th inning. The 1-0. And a broken bat dribbler at third. Joel up on it. He'll throw to first, and that's out number 2. He knew he wasn't going to have time for a double play, and he was coming in on it toward first base. Now with 2 down, Galvez goes to second. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. You hear that thing crack and then rattle. Bluefish with Paul Demney up in their bullpen. They lead at 8-3 here in the 7th inning. And here's Anthony Giansanti, who has had a big series. First pitch, fastball is wide. He homered here on Friday night. Today, his other start this weekend, 1 for 2, a 2-run double in the first, and he chased one here down and in and comes up empty. And then in the 5th inning, hit by a pitch and scored. The Bluefish today powered by a pair of 4-run innings in the 1st and 5th. Revs with 3 in the first, have not scored since. The 1-1, and a slider breaks a little low. The Revs have had this bullpen with DeMarc at the end, DePaula, Gomez, the immediate guys in front of him. And in the last week, what they've added is the pitch, and it breaks down and away. Just in the last week plus, adding Scott Rice from the left side, Corpus and Arredondo from the right. 3-1, and he tried to check, appeal to first. He went on a fastball down. It'll be a full count. As DePaula tries to finish the inning right here. Runner at second, 2 outs. And a full count on Giansanti. Corner outfielder awaits and swings and chops a foul, third base side. Revs will next see the Bluefish the 4th of July in Bridgeport at 4:12. So I guess we go on that day at 3:52. Mark your calendars. Not a minute sooner. Giansanti will ask for time and back out. Began this year at Double-A with the Cubs. The Tennessee Smokies pitch is up high, and he walks. Now a 2-out walk keeps the inning alive. He's on base for the 3rd time. It's a little bit like last night where Revs have had chances to come back, haven't totally cashed in. They've got double digits left on. And Bridgeport with a lot of base runners. Again, it's been a frustrating couple of days since that exhilarating win on Friday. Here's Rosmel Perez, who looks at a ball outside. Left-hand hitting catcher. 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 5th. And a slider from DePaula hooks low, 2-0. That hit from Perez was the play in which he picked up 1 RBI, but 2 runs scored with the run down, and then the plate wasn't covered, and he lines one here, and Nash has it. Reaching down to the backhand, he snares it. As Perez fakes snapping the bat over his leg, he bounces it off his leg with both hands on it. He hit it hard, but right at first. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. 7th inning stretch, still an 8-3 Bridgeport lead.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
I'm not saying Steph's not fantastic, but should also be noted with Steph. Broke his wrist in college. He's hurt again. You know who's never hurt when you need him? LeBron. We put a list together of guys who have been hurt and have missed crucial time in the NBA. It is virtually everybody not named LeBron James.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting
weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
York's community hotel since 1925 is locally owned once again. Where else but the Yorktown Hotel? Our dedicated staff looks forward to welcoming your out-of-town guests and catering your next event in our elegant Roaring 20s ballroom. Enjoy the tastes of York in the hotel's off-center grill, where we partner with locally owned favorites including Green Bean Roasting Company, York City Pretzel, Wolfgang Candy, Liquid Hero Brewery, and Mudhook Brewery. Come see what all the hullabaloo is about the Yorktown Hotel. The Yorktown is proud to be the host hotel of the York Revolution.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th inning, it is still an 8-3 Bridgeport lead. Right-hander Paul Demney will make his second appearance of this series. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. second straight day, actually. We saw him in last night's game. Gave up a run on a pair of two-out doubles in the seventh to Tejeda and Guzman. In the seventh inning again here today, a scoreless sixth from David Anderson. And it'll be Andres Perez to lead things off. Revs with 3 innings of offense to go and looking for another big comeback. Otherwise, it'd be a somewhat disappointing home weekend series loss. The Bluefish are playing much better. Dre leads off. First pitch is up high for ball 1. The Ducks will come in the next 3 nights. Revs took 2 out of 3 from Long Island. The most recent homestand after losing a home weekend to Lancaster. It was a fastball down and away. And that was after winning the first game and then dropping the next 2. Perez today, 1 for 2, an RBI on a bases loaded walk in the first, followed by Burgess and Castillo. Demney delivers, and that's inside, 3-0. Overall, Demney in 6 games, 1 win, no losses, 5 2/3 innings, 3 runs, only 1 has been earned. Done a nice job for them. 3-0, and that's over for a strike. Each team with 9 hits, but the Revs have stranded 10. There goes Downtown with his cape.
And a mask of some kind. How do you know that it was Downtown?
Oh, excellent point, Will. There's the 3-1, and a swing and a pop-up. At second base, Nunez with the bare hand up, shading his eyes, calmly walking under it, and then reaches up with the glove and snags it. And there's 1 away. Nunez very calm and collected under that high pop-up. 1 down, and Michael Burgess to the plate. Be seeing a different rotation from Long Island this week. Jack Snodgrass, who we saw last time, but then Mark Blackmar and John Brownell, 2 righties that we haven't seen, and the 1 and 2 starters of their staff as Burgess fouls this one back.
The Revs got a series win against the back end of the rotation for the Ducks a couple of weeks ago. Now they're going to face the big boys.
Burgess today 0 for 2, a sac fly in the first. Pitch to him, runs inside, 1-1. All 3 games this week will be at 6:30. Engineering night tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Tickets at YorkRevolution.com. Pitch to Burgess, a swing and a bouncer to first. Backing up is Galvez. He'll play the second hop and takes it to the bag himself. 2 up, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Keith Castillo to the plate. Castillo today, a strikeout, ground out, and a foul fly out. Demney ready. His pitch to Keith just outside. Tuesday night will be Maple Donuts night number 2. Get a dozen donuts and you have 2 free tickets on Tuesday. Also a Taco Tuesday. You can upgrade your ticket to be in the Diamond Deck. Pitch to Castillo, a bouncing ball right side. That'll find the hole, a base hit. He chops a single into right. Came in hitting up around 450 at home this season and has a base hit now. 2-out single and Repko up next. And Wednesday to cap the homestand, York County Employee Night. Always a great atmosphere. A lot of people out for that one. And it'll be a Kids Eat Free Wednesday presented by People's Bank, as always. And we're on the road for like a week. And then we come home for that crucial 3-game weekend against Lancaster, July 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
That grows more crucial day by day. Just 2.5 games separate the two sides.
Repko swings and lines one toward the line and left. There he goes. That's a base hit. That'll two-hop the wall. Castillo heading to third, and Repko's in with a double. And he jumps on the first pitch and pulls a double to left. And good for him. It's off the schneid a little bit. And they had been also pitching him really well. I mean, opposing pitchers have really been on point against him lately, it seems. A lot of off-speed stuff, including today, that's been located very well. And he got one up there and jumped on it. And second and third for Darwin Perez, who today's 0 for 2, but does have a walk and has played a good short. He's had a couple of good ABs overall. Switch hitter bats left again. Pitch from Demney is up high. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard today. Lancaster has drawn even at Long Island, 1-1 in the 7th. They've just scored. Sugarland a 6-2 lead at New Britain in the 7th. Pitch to Perez, a called strike in. And a quick look back upon hearing it, but no argue. It's 1-1. In the 9th, Somerset at home leads Southern Maryland 5-3. And you're up to date. Demney kicks and deals, and a swing and a pop-up foul, heading out of play to the third base side. Demney, a 6th round pick of the Nats in 08. Made it as high as the AAA level in the Nats system. He's at Double-A with the Orioles for one game this year, also in the Can-Am League briefly. Now the stretch, another 1-2, and a slider check swing, and he shoots a foul down the third base side. I'm not sure if the bat made it to even with home plate. It was like a quarter of a swing, but fouled it off. Demney nods yes. Texas native to the plate. And a swing and a miss. He got Perez with a high fastball to end the inning. Excuse me. No runs, 2 hits. Revs leave 2 here in the 7th. We go to the 8th here this afternoon. Still an 8-3 Bridgeport lead.
The more we help the ones in need, the more progress our community will make.
By focusing on quality education, income opportunities, and basic health care,
all of York County can have access to the building blocks of a good quality of life.
Together we can load the bases for our community
and hit a home run.
Give generously to the 2016 United Way Community Fund.
Find out more and give now at unitedway-york.org.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee, or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC. Member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is The Rich Eisen Show.
Christian Hacker, it's a 4-year deal, right?
A 4-year deal.
Eric Decker did not criticize. He said he was surprised by it.
The quote was,
say that.
a little surprised to be honest with you. They wanted him earlier than later.
Correct. That's a jab because it's right. He did not need to be the 51st overall pick of this draft.
Is this the button that plays? The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
the 8th inning. Ron Scooters will come on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. It's an 8-3 Bridgeport lead. As Castillo meets with him briefly before starting the inning. 9-1-2 for the Bluefish due-up. Beginning with Luis Nunez from the 9th spot. 1 for 3 today with a double and a steal. And he'll bat from the right to begin things. Scooter's first pitch of the inning is grounded foul, third base side. Scooters has done a tremendous job here of late. And now overall in 18 games, 1-0 with the ERA down to 3. Last saw him on Wednesday night at Somerset with a scoreless inning. The 0-1, and a swing and a fly ball, right field. Burgess coming in and over near the line, and oh man, he lost sight of it. And it drops in front of him, and on base is Nunez to begin the 8th inning. Burgess was under it, and then all of a sudden on its way down, he started to squat to get lower and give himself more room, trying to find it. And it got lost up there in his sight line. He had to land a step in front of him. So Nunez is on to start the 8th. Here's Luis Hernandez at the top of the order, and he swings and misses on a slider. Hernandez 1 for 4, a double and a run scored. That's twice today. The Revs have lost fly balls in the sun as Hernandez taps a foul, third base side. The sun is not brightly shining, but still it's up there partially behind a cloud. And still lose a ball up there with the glare and everything. There's the 0-2. And a foul back off the netting. That is, he scored a hit, pretty much has to be. Revs still out hitting the Bluefish. 11-10 is the total. Scooters deals and misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Through the win on Friday night, York had been 5-0 at home against Bridgeport this season. Bluefish trying to take the final 2. Scooters delivers, and a line drive, center field. Witherspoon in, he slides and made a great play. He'll fire to first. Nunez back standing, but Witherspoon sliding in hangs on to it. And not an easy one either. A liner right in front of him, and he went into his slide, and it was one of those kind of in between. As he went into the slide, it wasn't a full reach for him, not a full reach forward, kind of an in-between height or depth, if you will, as far as where his glove needed to be. And he lost his hat while coming in, going into the slide, but made the catch. And now here's Adrian Chambers, who pulls off a slider and swings and misses. 1 on, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Chambers today 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Parts of 3 years in the majors for him. Pitch from Scooters is grounded right side. Rocket to his left, cuts it off neatly from second. And on the run, he'll dump it off to Nash at first. 2 down. Rocket covering some ground on that slow roller. And able to reach it, taking away the hole. Nunez to second base with 2 away. And Wellington Dotel up next. Had the first of 2 very damaging hits in that 4-run 5th inning. Game had been 4-3 since the first. And then Bridgeport 4 in the fifth. Dotel a 2-run homer that accounted for the first two. He swings here, lines a foul the other way, off toward the first base gate. And it bounces off the gate, and a scramble ensues for that souvenir. Dotel 1 for 4 with that home run. It's his second of the year. Scooters checks and kicks and deals, and a chopper right side. One big hop to Nash. He'll glove it, calls off Scooters, and trots to the bag. And it's 1-2-3 for Scooters after the ball that was lost in the sunlight. A leadoff single, but retires the next three, and a runner left on. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's still Bridgeport 8, York 3.
Wednesdays are the worst. I've got to get the kids to school in time, to get to work, then it's just one long day of meetings. But hey, at least I don't have to worry about making dinner.
Kids eat free with People's Bank. Save money at every Wednesday home game.
So now when the Revs are in town, I just pull into a People's Bank, pick up that week's coupon, and dinner is done. Revolution Wednesdays? Awesome. Revolution!
Thanks to People's Bank, kids eat free at every Wednesday home game. No need to be a People's Bank customer. Just pick up your coupon at any People's Bank branch and do dinner at People's Bank Park. One coupon per child per game.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
Struggling to find quality IT help for your business? Tired of being sold solutions from companies helping their bottom line more than yours? Sick of your calls being answered overseas? SoCo Business Solutions is your answer to maintain your current environment, redesign your infrastructure, provide local responsive support, and keep your data safe. Contact SoCo at 717-505-8080 and let us be your IT solutions provider. That's 717-505-8080 or online at SoCoBusinessSolutions.com.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bridgeport on top. We go to the bottom of the eighth. And they'll go to their bullpen. First time this weekend. See left-hander Brian Moran come in. Brian's brother, Colin, I believe his name is a prospect in the Astros system that was recently called up, a position player. Travis Witherspoon will lead off as Moran misses low for ball one. That is Colin. Big left-hand hitting third baseman. That's Brian's brother. They are nephews of B.J. Surhoff as Witherspoon chops a foul third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Witherspoon 3 for 4 today. A run scored. With a 3-hit game today, he's now 6 for 12 since joining the Revs. Pitch, and that misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Moran 0-2, but solid .310 ERA in 18 games. Now deals, and a swing and a pop foul, heading out of play to the first base side. Moran was in the Mariners system, and this year was in spring training with the Indians. Last year he was at AA and High A in the Mariners farm system, Jackson and Bakersfield respectively. Now delivers, and a fastball, strike 3 called inside corner, and Witherspoon down, 1 away. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down, here's Michael Rocket. He's 2 for 4 with a run. And he swings and shoots a foul tip straight to the backstop. Rocket now on a 10-game hitting streak. Maybe the scrappiest player in the league. He kind of defines dirt ball, and then he's the guy that designs all these beautiful cleats. Pitch is high and away, so he's an artist, but on the field he is one of the grittiest, dirt balliest players, and that is a very high compliment to a guy.
The game of contradictions is baseball.
Pitch to him, and a foul back off the screen. Good Father's Day crowd today, 3,857.
Is that the best Sunday crowd we've had so far?
I believe so. Had good atmospheres all weekend. The highlights still, of course, the first night. Revs trying to mount something late today. Pitch is swung on, tapped softly. Moran has to come in. He slips, tumbles over. Hopefully for his sake, he's all right. He took an awkward spill. Rocket safe at first. It'll be a swinging bunt hit, his third hit of the day. He and Witherspoon each with 3 hits. And Luis Rodriguez coming out, and so is Chong. Evidently Bridgeport without a trainer again today. And Moran, who came over toward the third base line on that swinging bunt, he went for it, tried to hit the brakes and make a play, and his feet kept going, and he took an awkward roll. And you'd worry about an ankle or even an Achilles on a play like that. And he'll take a warm-up or two. He was wincing after the fact. And he says he's good after one warm-up pitch. Bluefish now with their other lefty, Eric Neeson, getting ready. That's pretty good production from the top 2 in the order. Witherspoon and Rocket each with 3 hit days. Rocket up there today with Tejeda rested. And here's Joel, who's got a 2 for 3 day. And on base 3 times, also a walk. RBI single in the first, at the time tied him for the league lead in ribbies with 38. First pitch is down and in. 1 on, 1 out, trailing 8-3 here in the 8th inning. Revs now with a dozen hits, but only 3 runs. Pitch to Guzman is swung on and missed. Got him to elevate there. See a lot of those Bam Bams in the crowd, the Thunder Sticks. One of the giveaways for the Boomers Book Club crowd. Moran ready and delivers. And a line drive right to short. That thing was crushed. Throw to first, got away though, and into the Revs dugout.
They say he ran out of the base paths.
Double play. Rocket called out for cutting inside the base path onto the infield grass. Now he tried to turn and curl back and didn't take a direct enough route. So it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We go to the 9th. Jose Arredondo will make his debut. Revs trail 8-3.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's Hot Summer Deals, starting with 0% financing on all 2016 Outlanders, Lancers, Outlander Sports for up to 72 months, or the 2017 Mirage ES starting at just $11,995. And as always, all 2016 Outlanders, Lancers, Outlander Sports, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop by York Mitsubishi and get 0% financing all month long. York Mitsubishi just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the ninth, it is an 8-3 Bridgeport advantage. Jose Arredondo will make his debut. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Cuevas, Galvez, Vitters, the middle third of the order. And the righties first pitch with York, a cutter down and away. From what we've read about him, he's got a good splitter, which was an out pitch for him during his big league days, which were very successful. And here's a swing and a dribbler to short. Darwin Perez charges up to get the clean hop, throws to first. And one up, one down on a ground ball to short for Arredondo. He's not the biggest righty, 6 feet, slender. He's listed at 190. And signed with the Revs in March, I believe it was, but it was visa issues as Cuevas swings and misses. Or Galvez, rather. Galvez 1 for 2, 2 walks and a run. That was an inordinate amount of time to get him here. As he delivers a strike there, that's the splitter. It's 0-2.
Major league totals for Arredondo: 214 appearances, 22-11, 3.27 ERA. He was a brilliant setup man for the Angels in 08 and 09 when they were going to the playoffs. A couple of years with Cincinnati as well.
Now deals, and a swing and a bouncer foul, third base side.
He's trying to make a comeback right now. He hasn't pitched in high-level organized baseball since 2013. He spent a couple of 43 games, rather, with the Louisville Bats in the AAA system with Cincinnati. A couple of years off now, hopefully healthy.
And fires high. One ball, 2 strikes.
We have woodpeckers or something?
Sounds that way. Pitch is lined left center field, and a wide gap out there on that alignment. It'll find the gap. Witherspoon cuts it off on the track, backhanding it, and he'll throw into short as Galvez is in with a double. So he is on base for the 4th time, 2 for 3 officially, and it's been an on-base machine in this series. Revs won't be sad to see him leave. Bluefish with their 11th hit. It was hard to believe how long it took for the visas to clear. Here's Josh Vitters and Arredondo missing down and away. A process that started in February. Perdomo's signing was announced during the winter months also, but he didn't arrive until a couple of weeks ago. Pitch to Vitters, a fastball, that's low. And the count 2-0. Vitters 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs. Arredondo now 32 years of age. Dominican native kicks and fires, and a ball scraped foul behind the plate. Vitters was off balance on that swing. Arredondo in 2008, 10-2 out of the Angels bullpen with a 1.62 ERA. They were a 100-win team that year. Now set at the belt, lifts and fires, and a pop-up foul straight back.
Angel team that won the AL West lost to a wild card Boston in the playoffs that year. Boston in turn lost to the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALCS, and the Rays lost to the Phillies in the World Series.
The two relievers added for the Revs were big parts of playoff teams in the majors. Pitch to Vitters outside, and it glanced off Castillo's glove, and Galvez will move up to third. It'll be a pass ball.
And the pass balls continue to eat. Keith Castillo alive. An inordinate amount of pass balls have been charged against Castillo this year, considering how much playing time he's gotten and how much he's had. Let's see. Number 7 for Castillo.
Revs with the infield back. A full count on the hitter, and the pitch to him, line just past Arredondo's glove and up the middle. Base hit for Vitters, who drives in his second today. It's his third hit, and Bridgeport with a 9-3 lead here in the 9th inning. Arredondo, it almost looked like he got maybe one of the strings on the end of his glove on that ball, but just got by, and then Rocket at second laid out, but couldn't quite reach it either.
Quick reaction time to try and get that one. I think if Arredondo hadn't been making his debut today, he might have had a better shot at it.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right from Giansanti. Burgess toward the line and into foul territory, and makes the play out of our sight line down by the bullpen mound. Burgess, a nice play, crossing into foul ground with some obstacles in his path. 2 outs in the inning. Right now it's an unearned run, and an out here would keep it that way as Rosmel Perez comes to the plate. 1 for 4, an RBI single in the 5th. And that was the play where they scored 2, with the rundown leading to Giansanti breaking for home, and home was uncovered at the time. Pitch to Perez is over for a strike. Revs trail 9-3 here in the 9th inning. Arredondo delivers, and a swing and a miss, off speed, and he had Perez fooled badly. Arredondo also in the majors with the Reds. Had a sub-3 ERA for Cincinnati in 2012, and that was a couple of years after he underwent Tommy John. So he's one of that long list of pitchers who's been through that. He fires, and it's slapped on the ground to third. Joel joggles, knocks it down, picks up. He throws it still in time with the catcher running. Don't know if Perez gave up on it or not, but Guzman stayed with it and recovers to throw him out. So it is an unearned run. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Revs trailed 9-3.
The malls and the internet are filled with places that sell running gear. But where do you go for performance track and field gear, technical help, and reasonable pricing?
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes' reputation is widely known. They've been outfitting beginners to nationally ranked runners for more than 30 years, and their selection of brands and models is unmatched anywhere in Central PA. Training shoes, track spikes, specialty shoes for all field events. If Flying Feet doesn't carry it, then you probably don't need it. All this at prices that will pleasantly surprise you. Flying Feet's entire staff is knowledgeable of what you need. Beginners and pros come away from Flying Feet with the right advice and the right shoe for their needs. And that applies to the needed accessories. Replacement spike elements of all sizes, shot and discus implements, running apparel and sports tights, and Under Armour performance apparel for specialty track and field equipment and the know-how without the specialty store prices.
Flying Feet.
Just off exit 18 of I-83 on Mount Rose Avenue next to Battery Warehouse in York.
Hey sports fans, great news! You can now listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. On your morning run? Perfect. Strapped to a wayward dentist chair? It works better than Novocaine. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the ninth, Bridgeport a 9-3 lead as they are on their way to taking the final two games of this weekend series. Righty Taylor Thompson will come in. They were getting him ready last night before they scored insurance, and then it became a non-save situation. He became the Bridgeport closer when we were at Harbor Yard a couple weeks ago. 3-2, a 2.73 ERA in 24 games, has 4 saves. And Talvin Nash will lead things off here in the bottom of the ninth. 1 for 3, a double and a walk today. And Thompson, the righty, delivers high and tight on Nash. He's got Batman up for his Photoshop job. Is that you, Will? Did you do that?
It is.
Thompson, the 6'5 righty, comes home. And Nash, a sky-high fly to right. Dotel with the glove up, shading his eyes. He's fighting it, but he makes the catch. Snaps it in against his thigh as he made the play. And one away here to begin the bottom of the ninth. And tomorrow night, the Ducks coming in. Revs hoping to bounce back with a series win against the Ducks, just as they did after losing that series at home to Lancaster a couple weeks back. There's Andres Perez, who's 1 for 3, a first inning RBI on a bases loaded walk. And Thompson fires, fastball, that's over for a strike. York Mitsubishi out of town scoreboard. Lancaster's taken a lead. Here's a swing and a miss, a foul tip squeezed. And they are up 2-1 at Long Island in the 9th inning. If they win, they'll be within a game and a half. Sugarland, their lead has been shrunk. 6-5 at New Britain in the 9th. Pitch is a called third strike. Inside corner, it ran back for Thompson, who's got 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The other game's a final. Somerset beat Southern Maryland 5-3 at TD Bank Ballpark. The Patriots that completes a weekend sweep. Here's Michael Burgess, who's 0 for 3 with a sac fly. Thompson, the former big leaguer with the White Sox, delivers a cutter for a strike. 9-3 Bridgeport here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Kids will run the bases here soon. Pitch to Burgess is popped up foul and out of play, third base side, and Revs down to their final strike. Temperatures in the low 90s here today. The 0-2. Man, that's way high. Burgess in uniform yesterday, in the lineup today. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. Taylor Thompson, a 1-2-3 9th inning. And the Bluefish have taken the final 2 this weekend, winning today by a final score of 9-3. We'll take a timeout. Post-game show follows next.
Current school not meeting your child's unique needs? Check out family-centered public cyberschooling from Commonwealth Charter Academy. CCA students attend virtual classes led by Pennsylvania certified teachers. And enrollment is open year-round with no waiting list. For open house dates in your area, visit ccaeducate.me or call toll-free 1-844-590-2864. That's 1-844-590-2864.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics.